And welcome back, everybody, to Arcanautus Ascent.
Hello.
Oh,
So,
yes. I believe we were about to discuss. The players were about to discuss how they were going to go about traveling. They have two potential destinations. On the southern coast, there is a. It's a slightly longer trip at 4-ish days, but there is a elementalist or a hermit of sorts who deals with elementals and might, as Zen inquired and found out, might be able to gain them contracts of some sort to enlist the service of elementals for their various purposes. Or, up to the North Shore, a slightly shorter trip at roughly 2 days. Easier trip due to the partially constructed trade path that was never completed. Zabek, after you all slayed the Chul that attacked the lower segment of the coastline health complex, um, he requested, as you all mentioned, the state of the seas, the potential danger that might be threatening his friend, Glub Glub. Oh, he means Glubberson. He's not sure which is more embarrassing to the poor Triton fellow. But he lives in a northern subsea tribe, or village that is up the coast, directly along the shoreline, just before the plateau of the ascending menagerie starts. Was the directions, and he gave you a map to the location. And if anybody here, I'll hop over to the other one just to show everybody what I'm talking about. So it's like up here. And then, yeah, so that wasn't for you guys, that was just for the everybody else. Okay, all right, and you all find yourselves not here where you see yourselves on the screen right now, but you find yourselves, sort of collecting yourselves, as you all took various bits off of the chul, the lungs, the poison sacs, etc. Zabek, or someone had noticed a couple of purple, small, tiny little purple worms burrowing through the meaty bits of
oh yeah,
the.
that was me.
Sorry?
That
So,
was me. I
Yes,
was wondering
Zen
if it had a
noticed.
magic item in its stomach.
Yes, and you looked, and all you found were two wiggly worms, about like 3 inches in length. Um, Purple, very purple, unnaturally purple. Zabak took one, and I believe you took the other, and you were going to eventually bring that to the Triton woman whose name I keep forgetting to write down, or I wrote it down and I just keep forgetting. The pet shop owneress.
Who who
Uh,
terrifies me because of the
Mirua. The Triton woman named Mirua, who may know more about this creature. Potentially, you were thinking?
yes,
And
that's what I
yeah,
was
and
going
Zabek
for.
had requested that you all check on his buddy Glub Glub at the northern subsea tribe, as well, promising you potentially more rings of poison resistance, as well as a small pile of gold for when you returned with news. So those are your options currently, and then you guys were going to discuss your potential routes.
So, I think we should. I want to go to the south area, but it's a more pressing matter to go to the north first. So I think that's what we should try to go for. How many days exactly did we have before K returned?
2 weeks, so 14 days.
So if we head over to the north, that'll take us approximately like on a round trip. Let's just estimate long, 5 days. So we still have 9 days, which as long as we time it correctly, we can head down to the south and back in time. Possibly even we might be able to find a way to get down to the south faster in that water tribe. Maybe they have some means that would allow us to travel down quicker than just off on foot. So that's sort of my idea. Plus, like if there are people in danger, there we should probably check on them first.
Your party members stare at you. It's eerie. Shylvie, well, I mean,
Oh, just
it's not
saying, Leon's
eerie for
coming in later,
Siegfried, who...
everyone.
Sorry?
I was telling the viewers that Leon will be joining us later today.
Yes, indeed. Anyway, sorry, so your party members stare at you. Siegfried, as usual, should be remaining quiet for now. Shylvie, did you have any particular opinion on the situation?
No, not really.
Zen,
So
it appears that you are taking the lead in this instance.
Yeah.
You all have two...
Oh yeah, I should give you a heads up.
Oh?
I am with the otter. I am now in doing the my familiar systems process, so I do have less spell slots right now.
Interesting. Okay. Can you give me a quick, like, 2-sentence summary of what I need to be aware of?
Yeah. Take 7 long rests to turn a pet into a familiar, and you have one less spell slot of level 1 through 3 while you're doing it after each of those long rests.
I assume the familiar is more powerful, though, as a result of this?
Yeah, you can cast any spell out of it when the system is complete, although there are still drawbacks for having it.
like
Interesting.
rather than touch spells, it can be like a
Any spell.
so it can work like a transmission tower for signals.
Yeah.
Just
Basically,
in case it
yeah.
spells.
Very interesting. Very interesting. Opens up a lot of crazy potential, which we will deal with later. I hate to say it, but you'll probably need it, so I'm not gonna stop it.
Yep.
Okay, so we should spend the today what's left of it prepping, as well as resting up so we regain our spell slots. And I need to work on putting Halo back in her body. I'd also like to stop by the pet store owner to see if she has any idea if this thing is of any use to anyone. And I was gonna ask Leon if he would be able to help me reach out to that artificer that works for the Sky Knights to see if he can.
Leon sort of nods his head and says, yeah, I could probably ask. I don't know if I'll, like, are we doing something specific? Do I have to fill out any forms, or is it more like just kind of networking kind of situation?
Yeah, like an introduction. See if he. I'm interested in trying to improve our equipment and improve my craft overall. So, learning on how to enchant armor and weapons would help us greatly. It would save us a lot of coin. So,
okay.
if I can meet him and at least get a starting point going, or maybe he has a book that I can study on it, I'd be willing to pay for it.
Okay, got it. All right, I'll send the request through. I'll ask Gabriel to see if he can talk to him. Even that might help. Gabriel being Leon's, reporting officer.
The guy with the Pegasus.
Yeah, the guy with the Pegasus. So yeah, you let Leon know that, and he sort of indicates. All right, should I sort of get anything ready in particular, or?
Does anyone need any normal?
Yeah, if you guys need any normal
weapons
and you give me the gold, I can just get them from the armory, probably. Does anyone have a specific request?
Nope.
I'm all set on equipment right now myself.
I am.
Oh, Siegfried. Yeah, there we go. Okay. He turned. Okay. Anywho. So, as far as preparations go, I suppose everybody will have
purchased potions and stuff already, so
yes, everybody's sort of stocked up after the event at the warehouse. The event with the 2 deep scions that was very bloody. Very, very bloody. Speaking of which, as you all eventually I suppose order of operations here, Shylvie, you are continuing the ritual with your familiar, correct?
Yep.
So you're kind of continuing that. Zen, are you visiting the pet shop owner? You said, right?
Yes.
Whose
He knows
name
what it
starts
is.
with an M, and is
Mirua.
Mirua. Thank you. God help me. I am so bad at that. It's written
That's
down,
her.
but it's like deep in my notes, hidden,
Yep.
like a crystal skull.
I don't. My character specifically liked her, so I kind of got it memorized.
Thank goodness. Okay, sorry. So, anywho, um, I think Zen, we should probably do that real quick. Shylvie, Siegfried, will you guys be joining Zen on that particular outing?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Side note, everybody, I'm going to start rolling in roll 20, because last session I got 3 critical... Was it 3 or 4 critical hits in a row?
4 critical hits.
4
in a
critical
row.
hits in a row, which is statistically very improbable. So, just for the sake of clarity and the fact that I am not shitting you when that, stuff like that happens, I will be rolling in roll 20 from now on, and I just request everybody does the same, if possible. Okay, so, anywho, so Zen. Oh wait, I asked everybody a question and then I immediately started talking. Sorry. So what was everybody thinking?
They all said they were gonna come with me.
Okay, very cool. So you all arrive at Mirua's pet shop. She's not in at the counter when you guys arrived this time, this afternoon. And you guys hear various clatterings of metal, probably cookware of some sort in the basement, and some curses in Aquan. As the door ding-a-ling-a-ling as you entered, and she you hear from the basement, guys, coming, coming. A minute passes, and eventually you see ascending from the basement Mirua, the Triton woman who had helped you all acquire your various pets and potential familiar in the case of Shylvie. And she enters and she says, she's covered in what appear to be bits of like a orangish sort of substance that she kind of brushes off onto the floor and sort of quickly sweeps up into a dustpan and tosses in a bin. How can I help you all? She says, waiting in anticipation.
We're doing all right.
Zen, you still there? I think Zen lost connection. One sec, I'm gonna... I told him to reconnect. Okay, so... Anywho... oh, fuck, well, I mean, he was gonna lead it, but, Shylvie, did you see the DM, or the thing in Discord about the, purple worms that I described earlier?
In Chaos and Change? Or
Yeah.
did you DM?
No, or, I'm sorry, in Arcanautus Ascent. Everything for me is in Arcanautus Ascent.
Yep, gotcha.
It's from...
You guys hear me?
2020. Yes, Zen, finally.
That was weird.
Welcome back. So anyways, she indicates towards you all, are you shopping again, or have something interesting for me? What's our business today?
So I pull out the beaker with the strange worm and essentially ask, do you have any idea what this is, and if it's worth anything, or if it's
The creature writhes angrily against the glass. She looks at it as you hold it out to her. She sort of indicates to hand it over.
which I do.
And she kind of holds up the vial. Kind of holds it towards a light. Huh. This is pretty gross. I don't know what it is, but it looks not like a very good pet. I appreciate the offer, but do you know anything about this creature? Can I put it in a terrarium of sorts, maybe?
It was
or...
living inside of a chul.
A what?
A chul. It's a giant lobster monster with tentacles.
Ah,
It was living inside of it.
parasites don't usually make super good pets, from what I've seen. Many folks are grossed out by their lifestyle.
So you have no idea what it is at all?
It's a worm.
I see. All right.
It's a
Well,
purple. It's a purple squiggly thing.
I see.
TM.
You did not want to say purple worm.
I know, right? Because that'd be incorrect.
That's a very different
It's a
thing.
very she says, you know, I've seen purple. I've heard tale of purple worms, but usually they're much bigger. And I don't think, based on what you described, that this one is one of those.
And I'm guessing, other than the conflux, no one else would be able to identify what this is.
Not
and they don't know
particularly.
yet either. I see.
You gather not particularly, but as you know, Zabek was taking a look, going to be examining it as well as the Chul. So you may hear about that at some point as well. I will say, it is a worm upon initial inspection, but if you look at it closely, do any of you know what a hagfish is?
Yes.
Yes.
I do know what a
Gross
heck.
slime
Yes,
fish.
It is a slimy, eel-like, more worm-like creature with a mouth on the tip of its sort of body. It's almost featureless body that writhes and sort of ties itself in knots to get better grips on its prey. This reminds you of that. Well, I mean, I'm sorry. It looks like that for reference for the human players who know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So yeah, that's the gist that you get of that. And unless there's anything else, it sounds like nobody has any particular chores they want done around town. Are we returning to the tavern?
Yeah, I guess so.
Alrighty. You all enter. I'm sorry. Deborah, who is going off to collect the scientists. As you all are kind of sitting down for your afternoon meal and sort of, afternoon drinks and whatever, sort of gathering your thoughts. Eventually, Deborah enters, still in her lab coat. Crasher Wave, cleaning glasses at the counter as usual, gives her a nod, and he's been serving you all your drinks as per usual, his usual friendly self. And she comes over to you all at the bar and indicates, yep. So this is going to be an interesting one. Are you all going off then?
Looks like it. It's a chance to get some loot and help some people out, so might as well.
All right. I'm getting antsy, but I don't know about leaving the city at this point. If you all are leaving, I hate to say this, but I almost, and no offense to Leon. Where is Leon, anyways? Leon had left you guys while you were busy with the pet store to go off and do the request of his artificer for Zen, and so we'll hear about that back later. He may be staying over at the tower tonight.
Yep.
And you tell her this, and she indicates, so not to badmouth the Sky Knights or, the town guard or whatever, but I heard about that thing that happened at the warehouse district. That was some guards died, right?
It was a bloodbath.
Two
One of them
guards
almost
died,
survived.
and
Yeah, I heard you guys were part of that too.
yeah, it was awful. I now have
What were the things that you were fighting?
fish monster people things. I hate them.
Okay. Like fish monster people monster or people fish?
They were people
Yes.
that turned into fish monsters,
Okay, got it.
but they were bipedal.
Okay, that actually does narrow things down. Thank you. All right. Did they have any discerning features at all that you could describe? Anything you remember beyond that?
Didn't they have
Well,
like
they had long tentacle hair, and
Ah,
they had some kind of mind-affecting power.
huh. Okay, interesting. Well, that could be a couple of different things, but it narrows it down a bit.
Long tentacle hair, I believe.
Yeah. If that's the most notable thing, I've heard stories, but then again, long tentacle hair is kind of common amongst certain varieties of aquatic dwelling, both monsters and humanoids. So it could be
I myself am an
they had a
example of
psychic
that.
scream.
yes,
if
exactly.
That helps.
A what?
A psychic scream.
Oh. And I'm gonna actually now that you said that, I'm gonna have her roll history. What? Oh, I actually gave her stats, guys, this time.
Nice.
One sec, and I have those on my app here. Her history is okay. So +2, so 14. She doesn't actually know exactly what these are, but she's heard tales of such things. She indicates, or she says, sorry, I gotta stop using that word. I don't know exactly what the creatures are that you are dealing with, but I gotta say they sound like really, really bad news. I've heard tales
Great.
of...
They're dead though. They're
Oh,
all dead.
Good. That's, you know what? Better. We're better for it.
Well, one of them may be in prison, or they may have been executed. We don't know.
Yeah, she was sniffing that.
Oh.
Earlier.
Oh? I didn't hear anything about that.
No worries.
Word around
it's not
town
a
was
big
that
deal.
everybody died.
One of them did not.
Huh.
One of them was taken in by us.
Well, not in by like taken to
I see.
like to the
We
guards.
took them
be
to the
captured.
person who officially took them in.
Yeah, they're not on our side.
Nope.
I hate.
Nobody's heard. You said they transform, right? I assume they must have been a
Yes.
human when they were taken in.
Barely. Gross looking guy.
Huh. Interesting. That's dangerous. I hate to do this to you guys, but I know I said I was excited to get out of town, but now with everything that's happening, I'm a little bit more nervous. I kind of want to stick around the conflux, especially now that they have, a huge gaping hole into the poisonous sea in their basement. Just to stay around there and sort of
Tuesday,
protect
am I
Zabek
right?
and all them. Sorry?
No, I said that's just Tuesday. Am I right?
It used to be what my Tuesdays were like, but normally now my Tuesdays are organizing lab papers, which, has its own peaceful sort of meditative aspect, but it can get boring. But it's peaceful. But I suppose there's no more room for that right now, and you know what happens? You get antsy and you wish to something exciting to happen, and then all of a sudden,
Something
excitement.
exciting happens, and then you miss the good old times.
Yes, naturally. Of course.
It's good to have someone that can at least
Well,
fight. So feel free to stick by.
I'm
I'll
going to.
toss her the beaker with the worm in it.
You
And
do so.
yeah,
What the?
and
Oh, yes. This is what Zabek was looking at earlier. Okay.
make sure to
Thank
let me
you.
know if that's worth anything.
Worth anything? Sure.
Like,
Yeah.
knowledge
I'll see.
wise.
I'll keep this one
Yeah.
alive if I can, because I know Zabek already cut open the other one.
I see. Wow.
We're biologists, man. We can serve and we study, and we sometimes don't do both at the same time, especially
good
when
thing-
it's a parasite living off of an evil sea monster.
Well, good thing there's still one alive. If it can do something amazing, it's better to have a living sample afterwards.
There's always that potential, isn't there? Well, I'll let you all know if Zabek finds anything. I don't have any means of doing so magically, but when you guys get back in town, I'll make sure you're the first ones to know.
All right. Well, I guess we'll just go rest and head out.
Indeed. Good luck on your travels, friends. Stay safe.
Deuce.
Are you heading by land or sea? I am interested in inquiring.
I'd like to go by sea. It'd be slightly faster, but it looks like we're gonna have to go on foot.
All right. Best of luck to you then. There are stables out by the upper portion of the city near the far end of the docks, and if you head back up a little ways into town, near the northern exit of this coastal ring of the city, tell them Deborah sent you. They should give you a little bit of leeway on a deal on some horses if you do need them.
We've also made a little bit of coin as of late. We should be fine.
That's always good to hear. Now that's the part I miss the most. Oh goodness. Do you have a gold pile yet in one of the rooms? Because I definitely recommend investing in a gold pile to just like sleep in or like lay on top of. It's like super empowering.
That sounds painful.
I mean, but like imagine it though.
I mean, I have one in my gut.
Now
Moving
that
on.
is some trivia I wasn't familiar with. Is that where you keep your gold, I have to ask?
Yes, it is.
Cool.
More terrifying.
In a way, I
And
suppose.
I put a gold piece out of my eye into my hand.
Oh
That's not
no! There was a gentleman drinking further down on the bar who was kind of keeping an eye on your all's conversation, who just kind of leans over and throws up a little on the floor. Oi! Clean that up! And he tosses the gentleman, Crasher Wave tosses the gentleman a wet rag.
It's my bad, I'll deal with it.
He's gonna eat to throw up.
He was quite a few drinks in. He was on the edge anyway. Anywho, with that,
Shylvie lets out a gurgly laugh. I guess.
indeed, you all return to your rooms for the night, resting and sort of steeling yourselves for the coming day. Shylvie, this night you sleep and in your dreams feel a comfortable eye keeping out watch over you. There's anticipation there.
How are you doing?
Are you commencing the ritual tonight to realign Halo's body to the Starpiercer?
Yep.
Excellent. You do this ritual. Do you have any particular specifics about how you do this ritual? I must inquire.
So it's how should I say it? So it's sort of like just being able to actually place the spirit into it. That's the difficult part. So it's using like the metals and the like fruits and stuff that I buy to like sort of like ease the process of transferring the spirit into it.
Okay, sort of like opening several locked doors with some keys, and the keys are essentially the ingredients to the ritual. I like that.
Yeah, it's like seeping like a liquid into a sponge.
Okay, interesting.
It's just that the process is it's not as easy. It takes a lot more
and
work to actually get it in.
You commit the hour or however long it's an hour, right? Ritual.
I think it's like within a long rest type period.
Okay, so I'll say over the course of before you head to bed, you're able to align Halo and have them reside once again in the blade, which does a quick twirl and heads and sheathes itself again. And you feel a comfort as it returns to its rightful place. A little voice in your head squeaks out, "Happy to be back. Let's have some fun."
To be
That
back.
was scary. All right. Well,
Happy to be back.
Siegfried,
Yep.
You dream of the stars.
Did you guys hear him?
You
No?
dream
Yep.
of the stars,
Okay.
twinkling above you, as you kind of float on your back on the ocean, until something snaps you up and pulls you under, rending you in two.
Jesus Christ.
And then you
Ow.
all wake up.
That's oh my
When I was-
god.
Had a peaceful dream.
What's up?
I died.
Dreams are weird. Anyways,
No, we did.
It's a
you
sign of
all...
the future.
Sorry?
It's a sign of the future.
Maybe. You don't know. It could be prophetic. Could be just indicative of something else. You don't know.
Stay out
dream,
of the water,
man.
my boy. Stay out of the water.
Anywho, you all are preparing to depart for the day. Which method of transportation are you taking? Please do remind me.
I forgot to mention one thing. I cast Good Berry the previous day, so I have 10 good berries that still last until the end of the day.
Don't they only last 8 hours?
No, it's 24 hours.
Oh, well, shit. Hell yeah.
So I used
did
my
you
last
roll for
spell
it?
slot. No, it's just 10.
Oh,
I
it's
used
just
my
10.
last spell slot before I went to sleep.
Got it. Cool. All right, that sounds good. So you have some good berries.
Yep.
So ready and good to go.
Oh god.
All right. Will you all be renting / buying horses for this trip? Buying. We're just gonna say buying. We all know when you play Dungeons and Dragons, the horses never survive.
Jesus.
I'm just
This one won't.
saying.
Do they have any? Do they only have horses, or do they have other things too?
There are horses. There is a donkey. There are. There happens to be actually one gruff-looking, sort of grizzled, kind of 5 o'clock shadow. This spiked up, short brown hair, smoking out of a pipe in half plate. Gentleman with a
thought you were
sword tied
describing
to
a
his
horse.
hip. Could you imagine the veteran soldier, solid horse? No, but a gentleman who looks like the mercenary type sees you all eyeing the stables and indicates, y'all traveling out of town into the forests?
Yeah, Deb recommended us to you.
Oh, Deb did. Okay, all right. I'll give you a little bit of a discount if you want any of the horses here. We got the mule as well, but he's not great for forest travel, more just for hauling stuff around town if you need him.
All right, and I'll put a little bit extra. I'll put that discount that you had given me into insurance.
Yeah?
Well, we're gonna buy them.
What do you mean?
Oh, we're buying them? I thought that we were renting them.
Well,
Trust me, I've been working these stables for a couple years now. Like 50% of the horses come back. It's a business expense. Usually, folks from the Ascending heading off to the Ascending Menagerie are like, hey, if I have something fast, I can get in and get out no problem. And then they never come back. So I just take the full payment up front.
I should probably apologize for a couple of those cases.
Say again?
I should probably apologize for a couple of those cases then.
Whoa. Tough one over here. What, you from over there?
Correct.
Oh, wow. Huh. Not familiar with, And he kind of looks you up and down. What are you, currently appearing as?
Half-elf teenager.
Okay.
Male.
He says, I'm surprised, anybody lives over there, frankly. Well, I'm sure that is an interesting story. I am mainly here for business, my, lovely folks. Will you be taking some horses out today?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
sure.
we will.
Very good,
Go
very
faster.
good. Mounts
There's
and
like 25 gold
vehicles.
for a normal horse.
5E. Sorry, one sec. Horse. Riding. Fast as heck. 75 gold if you want a fast as heck horse. He knocks it down to 65.
Sounds good.
So if y'all want riding horses, you'll get there in roughly half the time.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, that way we'll have plenty of time to meet the elementals too.
Yeah.
All right, you said 65.
65 each for each horse.
Can I
Each
get him
horse
to
can
drop
take
it to
up to.
62?
Sorry.
Can I get him to drop it to 62 so I have a nice even number?
Go ahead and roll persuasion for me.
I always fail. You want us to use roll 20 from now on for our rolls?
Yes, please, just so that the viewers can see that we're not, fudging anything, or that I'm not fudging it. Four critical hits in a row happened last session. Just that inspired me to make this rule.
All right.
Very cool. So I'll say he says, sure, why not? If you folks do come back, do look me up. The name is Derek.
Hello, Derek, the horseman.
Yeah, Derek the
great.
Horseman. You know, it's funny. My name is actually Derek Horseman.
Giving me the man name? No, I'm not gonna do it. All right, let's head out.
Okay, so how many horses did you guys buy? If Shylvie, or obviously Leon. Oh, by the way, Leon catches up with you all at some point as you're about to exit the city and says, hey, they want me to run some patrols today, but I am gonna follow after you guys as soon as I can, okay? I'll obviously be able to fly on Astrio, so I'll be able to catch up with you guys, no problem. Just, keep your eyes on the skies, alright? I'll see you guys in a little
Sounds
while.
Okay, guys, we have to name our horses now so that we have some
God.
semblance of care about their
God.
about how they end up.
It's gonna
We
be
need-
so sad
And
when
that's what
they
it needs to
all
be.
die. Or, no, one of them's gonna live with horse PTSD.
All right, so
They all get eaten by Jormungandr.
Jormungandr. No. Oh, fuck, I didn't even think
he's
about the
definitely
fucking...
going to feed at least his
didn't
horse
even
to
think
it
about the
later.
lizard. I keep forgetting that I can't give you living things because it's ammunition for your death lizard. Anyways, sorry.
Later down the line. Still
yeah,
tiny right now.
It'll be
So
dealt
we
with.
know what Siegfried's gonna name his horse. Food. All right.
So,
snack.
3 horses then?
Yep.
Okay, because, I mean, technically Zen and Shylvie could share a horse if they wanted to, or you could just get separate horses.
Shylvie low-key bothers Zen. Shylvie spit out a coin with their eye. I ain't cool with that. That's weird.
Hey, being
They're
a
also
good Christian
low-key
leads to a
racist to
lot of
humans.
creepy stuff.
They're also low-key racist, and
No.
and Zen's parent.
Shylvie hasn't shown any racist tendencies.
Yeah, when there was one time, Zen remembers.
Frustration with human. Oh yeah, the
Oh,
whole
yes, that's
frustration
right.
with humanoids with a limited lifespan.
That's true.
Very limited lifespan.
Sorry for... Okay, very cool. Alright, yes. You all get horses. +1 horse to each of you. Riding
it is
horse,
a +1
specifically.
horse? It is a +1 horse? That's funny.
No, it's a plus... These aren't...
Nope.
No.
I already wrote
No, but now you've put the thought in my mind.
it. Well, it's too late.
Anywho.
Their name shall be Kevin.
Alright, so yours is named Kevin. Siegfried, you gonna name yours?
Chopped liver.
Chopped liver, great. Shylvie, you gonna name yours?
Gesundheit.
Gesundheit, very cool.
Let's go, Kevin.
I'd write those down, folks, because I might not remember them, and I'm sorry.
Oh, I
for that.
did. I wrote
Very
+1
good.
horse, Kevin.
Fucking sure, why not? I did say +1 horse, so I guess that's a thing now. You all begin your trip You all begin your travels. As of this moment, you are no longer in a city, so if you have ammunition of any sort, please keep track of it. And does it say anything about rations in your inventories in the character sheets that were automatically added, or no?
It's rations are part of the
kit.
what's the name of the kit? The Dungeoners or Explorers pack.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I really won't worry about that too much. Everybody just you spent some copper on some rations for the road unless you got something special. You know what I mean? Like you're fine. This is going to be theoretically a short trip.
Yeah.
You begin your travels, everybody. Okay, so you're mostly following along the rocky coastline of the northern segment of the. You're all mostly traveling along. Ignore him. You're all traveling along the northern segment of the northern Sigilgea Island. As you all exit the realm of civilization, you pass by a couple scores of large marine iguana-looking giant lizards resting off the coastline in the afternoon sun. You all see various regular-sized seagulls, flying out over the shoreline, a couple resting along the coast, picking up bugs and such. As you all quickly ride past, this trail, is mostly, flagstones, up to about a mile out of the city. At which point it diverts off to alright, maybe not a mile, maybe like half a mile. And then it diverts to more of a beaten down over time sort of dirt path, or kind of rocky dirt path that, leads up the coast. As the sun begins to set, north, south, east, west, so never mind. You can all see as civilization slowly shrinks behind you. You can still see the walls of the rings of the cities. As you folks travel further down, you can still see the walls of the botanical region of the city, which is the northernmost walled section, which is to the sort of north of the Noble District, framed against the or placed before the ever visible spire of the what? Oh God, brain. Was it the Saltmire Spire, I believe I called it? Yeah. Anyways, the spire, the huge-ass Sky Knight's tower.
It looks like a cat.
Kinda, yeah. The huge-ass Sky Knight's tower that ascends to the heavens. Anywho. You all continue along this path. Everybody go ahead, and we're traveling now! Roll perception checks for me, and I'm gonna roll a d20. Just for fun. 9. Cool.
What is the... Oh, right. You've just got this.
Okay. Doing some traveling. Oh, no, wait. It's not afternoon. You guys left in the
Dude,
morning.
I rolled 220 by accident. Sorry.
That's fine.
I'll
We'll do the first number.
All right. That would be 13 plus perception.
Yeah, perception.
All right.
Siegfried doesn't see shit. He's just focusing on the pleasant horse ride, quickly galloping along the coast, adjacent to your posse that you
I got
have.
14.
14 total?
Yep.
Okay. Zen is the first one to notice. As you all have been traveling for about an hour now, you've gotten a pretty decent way away from the city. The morning sun is sort of casting a shadow of the spire sort of across the lands that slowly recedes as you all continue your travels as the sun rises in the sky. The coastline, the rocky shores sit to your left, and the bits of forest of the islands are of the northern island sit to your right as you travel along roughly between the border of these two areas of the coast and of the or of the sea and of the tree line, which you can see on this map here. The lighter segments of trees are basically the area before it gets into the thick sort of underbrushy area. You guys are going along the kind of rocky, stony shoreline, which sort of, it drops down ever so slightly into the sea. It's a bit of a, I'd say like a 7, it varies between like a 3-foot to a 7-foot cliff to your left, that kind of drops down at a relatively sharp incline into the sea. Theoretically, if one was to fall in, they could climb back up, although they would have to contest with the waves crashing against them while they did so. Putting this thought into your mind, Zen, you notice off in the distance ahead of you folks, you see something in the water off in the distance. Something steaming?
Steaming?
Yes, steaming off in the waters ahead of you. You're not exactly sure. It seems like it's coming from below the water. As you folks continue along a little bit, and then Shylvie, with her, with their 14, they said, notices as well. And Siegfried, you got a 5 total. Siegfried is looking off into the forest as a bolt of fire rises from that steaming point of the sea and drops back down into the water at some point, and you see a small rise up from the sea of where the bolt of fire came down.
That is really cool.
It's about
but I recommend
120
ignoring
feet in front of you guys and about 40 feet off into the sea from where you are. From the shoreline, I should say. It is along the path that you folks... Or it is off, like I said, 40 feet from shore, and about 120 feet ahead of you folks on the path. You slow down to a trot for just a moment, as you all see this. You can notify Siegfried, probably.
I say, slow down real quick. We should be careful. And
I'll go
try
take a
to...
look at it.
Are you gonna go into the water?
Yes.
Okay.
Be careful. It's poisonous usually around these parts.
Think.
You are pretty far away. Go on riding horses, going as far as you have. You're a pretty decent distance from the Arcanautus, the city that exists on this island. Be that for good or bad. You could investigate if you'd like. Shylvie, what exactly did you say you were doing?
Going into the water to take a look at it.
Oh, okay. So you're still about 120 feet away. Is the group going to stay back as Shylvie investigates?
I guess we can trot up a bit closer, and then I'll hold on to Shylv's horse, and
okay, that's a pretty good distance.
We'll wait for a little bit, but don't get too close to the thing because our
I won't.
our best
I know
bet
I'm
is
not exactly
avoiding
the
it.
toughest cookie.
Indeed. Okay, so you leave your horse with sorry?
Huh?
Were you
Nothing.
saying no? Okay. One sec. So Shylvie, you are going to investigate. Is anybody else doing anything in particular as Shylvie begins to climb down about 4-foot rocky face into the water?
I guess I'll just keep an eye out. If I see anything, I'll try to warn Shylv.
Okay.
If not,
Are you
if it
staying
gets
the 120 feet back?
not that far. Like let's make it like 60.
Okay, so
That-
you sort of trot forward on your horse. Siegfried, where are you going to be staying?
I guess the same distance would be fine.
All right, the same distance as Zen. So you are likewise about 60 feet. Okay, so we'll say the thing that you were seeing is about here. You guys moved up into this space. So, wait, no, don't enable Fog of War. Thank you very much. The thing is about here-ish. You still see the steam rising from the water at this point. Shylvie.
It's not a lava monster.
Shylvie, you begin to lower yourself into the water. You sort of dip a toe in. Excuse me. You dip a toe in. 60. Okay, so yeah, and then the thing is about 40 feet out from... Yeah, so it's about here. Here, let me make
Dip
a little...
an eye in.
Sorry?
I dip an eye in.
Hi.
Oh, God. So you dip
Dude,
an
this
eye
is why
in.
he doesn't want to share a horse. This guy's weird.
You dip an eye into the sea. Do you have a particular viewing distance? Or I guess it doesn't particularly. Yeah, you should be able to see it. You dip your eye underneath. Just go ahead and make a perception check for me to sort of understand what you're seeing.
Yep. All right. Nat 1.
Ah, that's rough, buddy.
The salt water in my eye.
So yeah, you
A saltwater creature.
a creature, a little fish, actually was just about swimming on the shoreline as you dip your eye in, and it accidentally swims into your eye, and you recoil as it just swam into your eye. Oh no. Anywho,
Ow,
let's
the
go.
toe eye.
Okay, let me... Sorry, guys, I just had to grab... Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O. I just realized I can't do that while I'm on stream. Whoops! One sec. Alright, let's see. Are we back in business? I think we are. Okay. That was a bit of a delay for us, but it was no delay for our lovely viewers. Okay, so... Anywho. Shylvie, you attempt to look into the ocean, and a fish swims into your eye. Now I am going to roll a die to see if a thing happens. Nothing happens. So, you're able to sort of... The thing that was swam into your eye swims away, and eventually you're able to, notice, and the others actually can see from this distance as well, 60 feet. A sort of, the back of what appears to be two sort of oddly... one appears to be made out of this kind of crusty brown rock material. Looks like a really tiny volcano, like a 3-foot-high volcano. And the other looks like a 3-foot-high volcano, but like made out of sort of an icy substance, sort of this light bluish substance. As the steaming of the sea around that area seems to halt for just a moment. And you all are able to see, rising slightly from the water, these two sort of stacks, 3-foot-high a little regular-looking volcano and a little weird-looking little icy volcano.
Is it swimming towards us?
No, it's just kind of floating there. And as you all wait for a minute, you see the frosty tube sort of begin to rattle a little bit, and sort of this air sort of condenses around it, and it sort of launches a ball of what appears to be ice out about 40 feet in front of it, and that ball of ice descends into the sea, and you see a large and followed by a of sort of the sea in that area that it launched the ball begins to splash up, but then sort of seems to be like kind of like this texture of a slushy, if you know what I mean, and sort of turns icy and falls back into the sea. And that is what you guys are noticing. The thing appears to either not have noticed you all yet or not be focused on you.
All right, let's leave.
the surface upon which these two little 3-foot high volcano-y sort of situations rest is about, like, I'd say 8 feet in diameter. Bit of an oval shape. Shylvie, did you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, are you agreeing with Zen's whole let's get out of here thing?
Yeah, probably.
Alright, you begin to climb back up out of the surf. And you hop back on your horse.
Mm-hmm.
And you all, are you just gonna go right past on the shore, or will you be sort of dipping through the woods or anything in particular?
Let's go for the woods.
Okay.
I mean, we can see if it we can see the stack, right?
Yeah, you can see the 2 stacks
So
rising
why
from
don't we
this
just
sort of...
calmly and collectively go by without trying to make too much notice to ourselves, and if it comes towards us, we could try the woods, because the woods are supposedly crazy dangerous too. So, if it looks like it's coming closer to us, or if it like dips underwater and we don't know where it is, then we then go into the woods. But and yeah, just
Okay.
that's my idea. It's up to you. I'm found unanimous on it.
Does anyone have any objections to going forward at a slow pace? Attempting to stealth past?
Nope.
Alrighty. Everybody go ahead and roll a stealth check for me.
Oh God, I didn't think this would be a check.
The circumstance prompts it. Ooh, that's rough. Go ahead and roll your checks.
Siegfried.
But,
This
well,
is
I mean,
unlike
it
you.
almost doesn't matter.
And then with my stealth score, all right, that's a 15.
Great.
I don't know how to add modifiers to.
Awesome.
like
You guys did see what I rolled, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm,
cool.
You-
You all
you nabbed
are
it.
slowly
turtle.
beginning to go. And as you continue along the shore, Siegfried, you sort of are grabbing on the reins to your horse, and you kind of are looking off to the forest, and you see a little monkey in one of the trees watching you. It's got 2 sets of arms, and it's sort of this kind of cyan bluish color with these like neon green stripes. Kind of a weird ass monkey. And you're not paying attention, and you kind of tip the horse's reins slightly and have it veer off to the left and overcorrect, and it bumps into Zen's horse, and the 2 horses begin to rear up, and it's gonna go and you like do bad like loud horse noises. Everybody roll for initiative as the what appears to be a sort of here, let's delete this and replace it with boop. This big. What appears to be a head rises from the surface upon which these 2 sort of what are they called? Sort of semi 3-foot tall volcano outings appear to be jettisoning from. It appears to be some sort of turtle of some sort, as its head rises from beneath what you now understand is its shell, which has 2 little elemental volcanoes on its back.
It's Blastoise.
It's not Blastoise. Blastoise is a
Evil
water
Blastoise.
type.
This is obviously a quad fire and ice.
This is an original character. Thank you. Original
what did I
monster,
get for
do not
initiative?
steal. Okay, so Scrub Lord, Zen, Siegfried. Scrub Lord is Shylvie. Shylvie, that 11 is yours, right?
Yeah, I just
What's your
gotta
modifier?
check my initiative. 14 actually for that.
14 total. So
Yeah.
we got Siegfried, Siegfried with the 15, Shylvie with the 14, and then I have to roll for the creature, which I will do now. Yeah, well, it goes
Yes.
last.
All right, guys, run.
My creatures are always so slow. That's okay. Fuck, its name is ridiculous. I'm just gonna call it Crater Turtle.
For turtle.
I'll tell you what I actually called it after, or if you try to recall anything about it. Anywho. So that initiative is saved for me to look at, and now combat begins. So, the thing has it moved slightly towards the shoreline after your horses made all that ruckus, and you all notice this as your eyes shift to the seas and notice the small surface with the two volcano-y protrusions begins to head towards you. I think Siegfried, we said you were first.
Just dash away.
Oh yeah, you're just gonna run. All right.
Run.
And if you dash with that horse, if you indicate for the horse to dash, you just fucking yeet. Siegfried's gone, man. All right, next is I believe is Shylvie. As Siegfried just Hiya! And just dashes ahead, except he doesn't say hiya because he isn't a cowboy. Slash is mostly
goes,
mute. Yeah, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Shylvie, do you have a particular preference for activity type?
Eldritch Blast.
Are you gonna Eldritch Blast it?
Yep.
Okay. Go ahead and roll to hit.
Alrighty then.
I was gonna check if it's
Here we go. What is my attack modifier for that again? Ah, yes, +6. $11.
Alrighty. You launch off an Eldritch Blast towards the creature. Yeah. And it strikes the icy sort of structure on its back, seemingly to no effect.
Bink.
Yeah. It blasts into the sort of icy structure, but it's like shooting the ground. It doesn't have it doesn't seem to particularly phase the creature.
Yep.
All right. Are you going to be moving?
You know what? I'm still right over the cliff.
You are. Siegfried has turn tail.
Sploosh.
You're gonna sploosh?
Back into the water.
Interesting choice.
I guess I'll.
You did hear me say 8 feet in diameter, right? Or I meant radius. Wait, no, diameter.
For what?
Feet?
8 feet in. Like this is a big thing. Or if one would say large.
It's like a car size.
Yeah. Anyways, in the water you go. Off your horse. Your horse is here. Your horse is just gonna chill or move slightly away from the sea. Here, your horse moves over here. And
yeah, my horse moves away from the big turtle.
Yeah. The horse is chilling out here.
We'll see who can swim faster. I guess.
Maybe.
I feel like the horse could run faster than you can swim.
No, the turtle or me.
No, but...
Interesting. I believe it is Zen's turn, unless you have like more movement you want to do, Shylvie. It was about a 5-foot drop, so you
oh yeah,
drop down, no problem. You've still got.
So...
Sorry.
I'll swim.
Now that you're in the water, you can also see that this thing is in the shape of a turtle, but its flippers, the half with the icy segment, they appear to sort of. Segments of ice appear to be sort of forming on the flippers, and as the flippers are moving, the ice chunks are sort of falling off and drifting down into the sea, whereas the other flippers are sort of emitting that steam that you were seeing earlier as they move through the water. And now you can see the full sort of... It is a turtle that appears to be half ice and half fire. A turtle Roki, if you will.
Alrighty then.
Oh, I hate you.
I'm going to move. Can I actually move my character?
I wish I knew how to do that, buddy.
I think you have to
1,
like
2, 3, 4.
click on it. I think you have to like specifically click on the icon and give us access to it.
Can I? What's your
It
name
doesn't say that
again?
can be done.
What's your name
Scrub
on
Lord the Red.
Scrub Lord?
Yeah.
Enter. Save changes. Do you have control?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. All right, now I'm going to do that for everybody's icons, and I'm just going to copy and paste that shit as we go forward. That's awesome.
All right, that's where they are now.
Very cool. Next up in the Toyn Oida
It's my turn.
is the Zen. The Zen.
So first off, can I perceive this thing's actions as, what's the word? As aggressive in any way?
It has begun moving towards you, and its head has raised and turned toward you, and it's begun swimming in your general direction. You can go ahead and maybe roll insight on the creature to determine if it's aggressive or not, or you can wait for its turn and initiative and see.
Would that take a full action for me to roll insight and whatnot? Or
I mean, technically, yes. You've gleaned what I have said as of now, and that it has changed directions to face towards the group.
all right, I'll use my action to see if I can get further details on if this thing is aggressive towards us. And
Okay.
either way, I'm gonna use my horse to go a distance after
Okay.
I do. So,
You can go
you said
ahead.
insight?
Sorry?
You said it had to be insight?
You can do insight or nature for me. Or actually, this would be arcana. Nature or arcana.
Nature or arcana? Okay, then I'll
Oh,
do.
no, I'm sorry. That's for information about the creature. You want to know its motives, so you can do insight.
Okay, insight's fine.
Yeah. Information is different than... yeah, it appears to be aggressive.
Alright, yeet!
Yeet.
Excuse me.
Alright, 60 feet in this direction, I assume, yes?
So, I think I
fuck.
have to do. No, I can. Yeah, so. I also yeet out.
Cool, cool, cool. I'm just gonna do this. Boop, ba-doop, 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 boop, boop. Pretend the environment isn't there.
Oh, I see.
Here, Siegfried, or, sorry, Zen, you would be here. Siegfried would be in that spot that you just, indicated. So, yeah. Cool. Alright, next up in the turn order is, the creature.
Shylvie, why did you get off your horse? I don't understand.
Okay, so, it is going to use its a special ability.
Goodbye, Shylvie.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Ba-da-ba-ba. Rolling a die. It's gonna be a D4.
I'll die.
Because the one it hurt is Siegfried, but he's far away. How far is he? That might be too far. Let me check its stats. That is too far. Let me
Yes.
check its stats. Oh, buddy, I'm sorry.
You piece of
Okay,
shit,
so I will
Shylvie.
roll a d4, evens or odds. Shylvie, you
I
get to
want
choose.
even.
Zen, you want to be even? Did you call it?
I want to be even.
Shylvie, what about you? Odds are okay? Well,
Odds are alright with me.
I guess that's implied. Okay, boop. Cool.
8.
I
Alright,
can't have
so...
Kevin dying.
Shylvie, make a dexterity saving throw for me as you see the fire, a ball of fire shoot up like 15-20 feet into the air and arc directly on top of you. Go ahead and
Not
make a
that.
dexterity saving throw as the fireball sort of lands in front of you and then explodes.
Oh
in a
boy.
15-foot radius, which I don't think includes anybody in particular. Yeah, no.
I'm guessing Shylvie being underwater doesn't matter in this case.
Okay, so technically you have resistance to fire if you are underwater.
All right. Yep.
Oh, that was a 6?
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Failed.
Because you
but
are
I
under...
do have resistance.
Sorry?
Failed, but I do have
But you
resistance.
do have resistance,
because
as I
being
said.
underwater.
Okay, so, it's... The number on this was how much? Quite a bit, but, okay. Numbers. Boop. Okay, you take half of that. Rounded.
All right.
Damage rounds up or down?
Rounded up or down?
I'm pretty sure damage rounds up.
Damage usually rounds up.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. 8
So
fire damage.
So 16 and a half is how much?
8.
8. You take 8 fire damage. And then the second ball launches.
No, so.
A huge a chunk of ice fires up and arcs in your direction again. Make a dexterity saving throw. Oh, wait a minute. You got a 6, but what was your save?
My save bonus is +2.
Okay, so that wouldn't have done it. 19 definitely does it, though.
That's
so
a 21.
Yeah, exactly. So you take half damage. This one is not reduced, though, because ice is not affected by water. As the ice hits the water, it cracks, and then explodes like a grenade. Okay. And sort of the sea around you turns into that slushy sort of material for just a moment before the frozen water sort of dissipates and begins to float out. Damage! Dice. This many. Alright, and you take 7, or halved, so 8, 4. You take 4 cold damage.
Yep. Alright.
And the thing stays right, and the thing drifts slightly closer to the shoreline. Pretend this rock isn't here because of the way the map started. And it's, like, right there now. Seems to not be moving particularly quickly.
Do we notice Shylvie getting...
Oh yeah, you guys look over your shoulder and you just see... 2, like, mortar shots coming off of this thing's back and just launching on top of Shylvie, who's swimming in the water.
Well,
good
like
news is that I can always go down.
Yeah, it's kind of like a war movie.
like swim downwards, I guess. That's
Yes. I would
Alright.
doubt that these things are exactly great at moving from air and then down through the water.
You do notice that the balls seem to explode the second they hit the water. Or, like, with the ice, it, like, sunk down a couple feet and then exploded. But with the fire, it just explodes as soon as it hits the sea. So, potentially. Alright, that was the end of its
swim
turn.
under the hurdle and just stab it a bunch.
Next up is Siegfried. Siegfried. You saw the two sort of mortar-type attacks launch and fall onto Shylvie and kind of blow up. In a big explosion of fire and a big explosion of ice.
But keep moving.
All right. For all intents and purposes, Siegfried is out of combat. Excuse me. Next up in the turn order is... I'm just going to write out next to your name for now, so the others will catch up with you, I believe, once combat is resolved. Shylvie, you are next, I believe.
Alrighty then. Shylvie is going to... Yeah, Shylvie's just gonna swim away, first of all.
Okay.
At a downward angle. So...
Cool.
Probably to about here would... Nah, here, but like...
But, like, down.
25 feet down. Yeah.
And how deep do you go?
Same distance down, 25 feet.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yep.
You do so. Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Yep. All right. $11 plus my bonus
Okay.
of. Yep. All right.
You can add your so if
You
go
don't
to
notice
the
anything
dice
in
roller,
particular.
You can add your
Yep.
But
That
you,
was a
your
12.
bonus.
But you actually you would notice with that much. You do see a couple of that fish that swam into your eye. You see a couple charred and a couple frozen ones floating on the surface in the general vicinity of where you're swimming under.
Mm-hmm.
Anywho, next up are you doing anything else notable, Shylvie? You can still see the creature as it's has those very distinct effects around its fins. Ignore the gray thing again because we moved the map, remember?
Yep. Actually, hold up.
You would technically be approaching. I know I fucked this up a little bit by moving everybody.
I would be
But you would be
approaching.
You would be approaching this. You'd be like here, or something, or you'd be like adjacent to it. It's just a small rocky outcropping that you could technically hide behind. It is, for all intents and purposes, draw shape. Draw shape. Thank you. Here. Or no,
Yep.
it's here. But like,
Then I'll. Yeah. Then I'm actually. Yeah. Let's see.
You could technically dash because you didn't do any action. You could dash and get behind that.
I'm
or you can
going
just
to
get
cast
further
Cure
away.
I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Okay, respectable.
That did actually do quite a lot of damage to me.
Yeah. But both were halved too. You passed the save, or well, you know.
Yeah. No, that wouldn't have instantly killed me, but it would have put me.
If you were on land, it would have sucked a lot worse.
Yeah. I didn't. Yeah, I think that it wouldn't have killed me outright.
Okay.
I am slightly above half health right now.
Cool. I can tell you the turtle's doing just fine.
Yep. Yeah.
Anyways.
I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds. And
yes, as you said, go ahead and roll the dice, or you can just take care of that. That is all good. While you roll those dice, we are gonna move on to Zen.
Max healing.
Hey! Big heals.
That's gonna be.
It's what, 10, 11?
12.
Oh, you have a +4 for your spellcasting mod?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. So that's 12 points of health. Heal it all back up. Zen, sorry, you are up.
I'm gonna get low.
Oh, you're dipping?
I'm out.
I'm back to max health, boys.
Nice. Okay.
Ben's just like, why did Shylvie ditch their horse randomly and then jump in the water? I'm out.
Oh no. And so, oh fuck.
What am I supposed to?
No, I hear you.
I'm supposed to be the target for the turtle. The hell?
And Zen dips. All right, so I will count Zen as out as well. All right, Shylvie, it's you and the turtle.
All right.
It is the turtle's turtle. Okay. It goes. Are you visible? Technically. It submerges itself. And it swims.
Oh, it's
In your general direction. 30 feet. It's not quite at you yet. It's still on the surface. It looks like its head is pointed towards you. It looks like it may dive towards you next turn. And that is the end of its turn.
Alrighty then. Well, I'm still out of range, and it probably dashed to do that.
Oh, it didn't.
Turtles are fast in the water.
Oh boy.
It's a sea turtle.
Fair enough.
And also, 30 feet is not a fast speed in the ocean compared to the things in the ocean that are looking to eat the things in the ocean.
Fair enough.
Yeah, 40 seems to pretty much be the average for a lot of the aquatic things I've noticed that aren't like humanoid.
Huh.
Sorry. Anyways, moving on. Next up is Siegfried, who is out. Shylvie.
All right. Well, I'm gonna dash.
You dash. Are you getting back up on shore, or?
Nope. Gonna stay in the water.
Okay, very cool. So, oh, sorry, I'll let you grab it.
Yep. Let's see.
All right, you blip and bloop. You can get all the way over here.
Yep.
You swim away very quickly.
Yep.
I'm just gonna roll a d20 real quick. Actually, you know what? You have all disengaged and appear to be running away very quickly. Shylvie, it chases you for like about a minute before it eventually seems to lose interest, and you hear the shots being fired off from its back again, and splashing in the sea like 30-40 feet behind you, and then you begin to stop hearing the noises, and they become as infrequent as when you initially saw it before. You have solved my turtle puzzle.
And now
Very
only
good.
cost one horse.
Good job, everybody. Oh, I guess technically... I mean, I didn't say it blew up the horse.
Well, no, I meant the horse, like, we left it behind.
That's true. That did happen. Oh, I'm sorry. The horse... You hear a... in the distance.
Poor Gesundheit. It didn't deserve to go that way.
I'm sorry, Gesundheit.
Shoot.
Rip in peace, Gesundheit. Alright, you all reconvene. I'm gonna get rid of the turtle here. You all reconvene. Shylvie does not have a horse now. How will you all go about distributing horse privileges? Because the horses travel twice as fast as someone walking.
First things first, Zen questions, why did you leave the horse?
Okay, I was under the perception that I was still climbing like the 4-foot rock wall. But yeah,
Sorry?
there was like a 4-foot rock wall in the water, and I had already like headed down to it.
Yes.
That was
It's a cliff face that leads down to the water.
Yep. Yeah. I thought that since I was down at the water at the beginning of the turn and had spent my turn there, I kind of forgot that I had moved back up. And that's kind of how things went from there.
Okay. You remember when I said, oh, you get off your horse and the horse goes there, and then I put a thing on the map?
Not entirely.
Okay. Did I misinterpret anything that you said? Because if so, I will correct it.
Nope, not at all.
Then sadly, the horse has been fried by mortar fire. I am very sorry for your loss.
I'm fine with that. I kind of deserve it.
However, I will now reveal to you all the name of that thing because I'm so proud of it. The Maelstrom Cryptodria. Maelstrom Cryptodria. It's an elemental.
It is a really cool elemental. I like it.
Yes. Basically a creature originating from the elemental chaos, in a constant irritated state due to their opposing elemental alignments. They sow destruction when hunting for prey, firing off blasts of fire and ice from their protruding volcano-like structures on their backs, and snapping up any creatures unfortunate enough to be caught in the blast. Because I get the feeling if you guys ever see one again, you're probably not going to fuck with it, so I just decided to drop the lore on you now.
So what you need to do is you need to cut it in half, and then it's happy.
In a metaphorical way, that might work. In a literal way, that'd probably kill it.
Well, it's only one
It's
way to
one of
find
the.
out.
It's an elemental, like a unicorn is a celestial. You know what I mean? Like if you cut it open, it's still got guts.
All right. Well, let's get heading to the place
You do
where we
so
had to go.
with gusto. That was the encounter for the day. You all pretty much have made it most of the way. The dirt path has become, or the sort of dirty, stony path has become more rough as time has gone on. The afternoon sun is beginning to approach the other horizon, sort of setting sort of behind you, the direction that you folks are traveling. And you are chasing your shadows as the afternoon continues. As you continue on horseback, I will say, is there any reason that you wouldn't be able to make it? Nah. On horseback with the proper riding horse. Speaking of which, who does Shylvie ride with?
Zen.
I see. Well, whatever. I guess
Okay.
Zen is just like, what the fuck? Fine.
Okay. So you do so. And you all begin to slow your trot as you see before you probably like a couple miles ahead of you on the coastline. The trees begin to rise up, and up. You see between them the face of a cliff a little bit further in. The shoreline continues, but it is just before what appears to be, from what you all have heard and from what Shylvie knows and has seen, the ascending menagerie can be seen off in the distance ahead of you. The foliage appears to spill over the edge of the plateau, spiraling off of the sides of the cliffs into the ocean. Various vines and brushes, and even some trees sort of arch out over the sea, their branches hanging low and stretching out, sort of to catch the briny mist of the sea. You all look further into the forest towards those tree lines, and you have noticed a lot of those monkeys appear to be chittering and munching on various sorts of fruits at one point, but the lot of them scattered, like 4 or 5 of them are all munching on a fruit and watch you and then sort of scatter off into the woods towards the menagerie.
Can I roll a check to see if I recognize those?
Everybody would recognize
They're
these.
the monkeys that we were told about by the the pet owner. They're
These
owned
are
by like
harvester
the rich
monkeys.
people, and they harvest rare fruits
Yes.
for that one family that bought them all the rights to them.
Harvester monkeys. They are 6-limbed, small beasts. They are trained to assist with the collection of magical yaya fruits in the botanical district of the city. They are excellent little helpers when trained and bred in captivity for those express purposes, although wild ones tend to be curious and aggressive if their territory is entered, though it appears you all traveling along the coast has avoided such a circumstance. You all look off to the shore to your left, and you all notice several sort of odd structures about 30 feet off the shoreline. One structure along the shore, a small outpost, a sort of shack of sorts, constructed of what appear to be mostly wood and barks and vines from a very organic-looking structure, sort of posted at the edge. And then out over the sea, you see sort of these like interwoven, sort of dark green, floating seaweed beds of like platforms. In sort of a long sort of how would I describe it? It's I guess I can just literally show you. One sec. Map and background, edit.
Oh.
Get rid of this. Get rid of this. Oh, is that in the token layer? Nope, it's just being stupid. Why can't I select anything? Oh, did I accidentally delete? Nope. Control Z. Sorry, this is being annoying. Okay, well that's just gonna stay there forever now. That's fine. I'm just gonna kind of cheekily do this, if you don't mind.
Oh, the Earth! It shifted.
Why can't I move things? Why is this not letting me move anything? How annoying. Did I put it on the token layer? No. I don't understand.
Possible that you need to switch to a different like setting to move things.
It's all the same shit. I don't know why it would. Yeah, it worked when I. Is it because I'm not clicking in the right place? Is it what? What the fuck? Well, that's extremely annoying. Oh yeah, that one works. Oh, I think I understand now. And then to front. There we go. Still can't move it. I don't understand. Okay, whatever. Delete. Anywho, that doesn't matter. This is what matters. Bip, bap, boop, zippity, zap, zap, zoop. Bada bing. Bada boom.
We're in the water. No.
Yeah, everybody's in the water now. Okay. Ignore this rock. I can't get rid of it for some reason. Tokens. Bippity bappity, zippity zappity. Y'all are down there. And there is a little post of sorts. A little sort of, like I said, a sort of natural structure along the coastline right here, as well as the aforementioned sort of seaweed beds that form a kind of bridge of sorts out to the sea before several different large sheets of it sort of rest interlinked in various places like this. And so yeah, that's sort of these floating seaweed beds, as well as the little outpost there that you notice are the structures that you immediately see. As you all approach, you notice from the outpost, someone appears to be peeking out of a window. You notice a fishy eye peeking out of a window, and the door opens up, and exiting out of there is a short little fish person. This creature stands
dwarf?
Sorry?
A fish dwarf?
No, they look more like a fish than anything else, with, like, arms and legs. Any of you who are familiar with this type of creature would notice that it is a Kua-Toa. And it is holding a spear in its hand as it, slowly begins to sort of approach you all. And it appears nervous, but, it raises a hand towards you all, its spear at its side. It says, Nisartyofaxi, Nikangaraga. Do any of you speak Undercommon?
No.
Hold up.
Unless the party has a race that's from the Underdark in it, usually the answer is no.
Nope. Common, Celestial, and Dwarvish.
Siegfried, what about you? What languages do you know?
Siegfried knows Celestial, Common, Draconic, and Giant.
Okay. And then Shylvie, I think it's what? Aquan Common, something else?
Aquan, Common, Sylvan.
Cool. And it says, Gaffel Nitsangaraga. And it sort of raises its hand towards you all and sort of seems to be waiting expectantly and kind of nervously looking between you all. It has to move its head to actually look at you all because, you know, its eyes are kind of on the sides of its head.
Alright, I'm gonna be that guy. We are looking for Glub.
Siegfried's gonna glare at Zen.
Are you doing big exaggerated hand motions, kind of pantomiming?
He's doing the whole shit.
Oh, the whole thing? Okay, go ahead and roll persuasion with disadvantage.
This is. I'm not really trying to persuade. I'm more trying to communicate.
Okay,
but
roll
if it's
what is the end goal here? Would you say it's a performance, persuasion?
I'm just trying to. Well, it's literally what he said. We're looking for Glub Glub. Does he know where he is? Or I guess persuasion.
Okay, how about this? It'll be persuasion to get your point across, to communicate. Persuasion is like communicating to get your point across to make people understand you. So we'll say it's that.
All right, so I got that with disadvantage. So that's a nat 20 for my first one.
I'll say or performance if it really matters.
It's the same.
Okay.
Ah, come on.
Oh, buddy.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Fucking feast and famine.
This is the fourth one we've rolled today.
Okay. It says... Washata washinga. Nintiraba. And it sort of, motions with its spear towards you all, and it sort of makes a go-away motion and sort of raises its spear up a little bit. Nisangaraga Singarak.
Right. Siegfried's gonna get off the horse and take out his great axe.
Oh, God,
Okay, as you do that motion,
Please
the little Kua-Toa, the little fish person, holds a spear in two hands and sort of like waits and kind of looks at you, sort of, and looks around nervously. Gaga Singaragasa.
Can I just shout out? Does anyone speak our language?
Oh yeah.
Can I try to communicate with it in Aquan? It is a fish person, so
you know
it
what?
might know.
Give me a sec, because I think this one. Here, one sec. I'll. They're not supposed to speak it, I don't think.
He's going to kill the little fish guy who.
Look, I love their. Have you guys seen the image of the Kua-Toa from the fucking monster manual?
It just sounds like something from. It sounds like Matanu, like
Whoops.
Bionicle.
It's a very obvious reference to Shadow over Innsmouth.
It is.
Oh, I see it.
No.
I see what it looks like.
Oh, you just looked it up. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
The one from the monster manual is just given a thumbs up, like 2 thumbs up.
Yeah.
It's so cute.
All I'm saying is both my crab and my salamander like fish. So,
Okay. Okay, so go ahead and roll intimidation for me, Siegfried.
Alright, that's
The language of violence is universal, so no disadvantage on that.
5.
Oh, I hate that I hate that line so much, but at the same time,
I mean, but right?
it's correct, it's funny, and I hate it.
Yeah, I know. Kua-Toa color is
There
gonna
it's a
be
fish dance.
green boy. Opposite of his house. Oh no, it's the same as the background. Shit. Here, we'll do this. Boop. That's our little Kua-Toa. I have an image, but I was underprepared. Siegfried, okay, you did the thing. He's sort of shaken and sort of like looking at you all, and he sort of reaches to his side and sort of takes out a little horn and goes.
God damn it! Does anyone speak common? Please, someone.
And you see rising from one of the mats. Here, this one in particular. Can I copy and paste? Control C, Control V.
Oh,
Nope, that's not it. That's
We're
you
bigger now.
guys.
We got big.
You got big. You got an upgrade. Oh no. Let's go ahead and delete that. So this doesn't work apparently. God, I wish it did. Copy. Paste. Okay, now it's working. Another little Kua-Toa. Can I move it? Can I move it? Can I move it? Can I move it? Can I please move it?
Is it a token?
Are you absolutely kidding me? I don't understand Roll20 at all sometimes. Oh, Jesus, fuck.
Is it a token?
It is, so I don't know why it's not letting me... Okay, well, now my fucking shit's...
See if you can give one of us clearance to move
What
it.
the fuck? One sec, excuse me. Everything's messed up now because I tried to right-click, and now the screen is instantly, like, zooming down for some reason. I don't know why. What the heck? Oh my god, this is ridiculous. One sec, I have to reload the page. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Oh, roll 20. Oh, roll 20.
You never failed to make us have an aneurysm.
Yep. Gotta love those.
No.
Okay. Come on.
How many little fish dudes
Okay.
come up?
Well, I tell you in just a minute. It was gonna be just one. Okay, can I edit the thing? Can I move the thing? No, of course not. Can I edit its options for moving? No, of course I can't. Can I put it on the GM layer and move it? Can I do anything with it? No, of course not. Can I convert it into a token? Token layer. Can I do anything? I apologize for the delay. Roll20's being real stupid. Alright, whatever, fuck it. Delete. Okay. I'll just...
Maybe it didn't work because it was put in between two squares.
You know what? Here, I'll just fucking... Oh, yeah, here. You know what? You guys like this icon, right?
No, I hate it. I hate it with all my heart.
Yeah, we'll use this icon. So a Kua-Toa rises up from the seaweed, sort of seems to climb out and sort of look over you all, and he quickly pitter-pats over. He's got a spear as well, and he stops on the seaweed here. The little one is still like staring at Siegfried, his spear raised, and he kind of nervously cowering. But when the other one appears, he kind of straightens up a little bit. This Kua-Toa kind of raises up a hand towards you all, the spear still pointed, and says, "Do you speak common?"
Yes, please, thank you.
Okay. Come. And he indicates for you all to come onto the seaweed with him, and indicates for the little one to go stand by the house, sort of points, kind of raises his spear up. You, come on.
Does that include the horses, or do we leave the horses?
Leave horses. They sink.
Damn. All right. Be good, Kevin.
All right. Are you all joining the little guy?
Yep.
Why not?
Yeah. Okay. So you all join the little dude. Yeah. And you all join him on the seaweed patch. He turns around, from the point he came up, he said, "You all," and he kind of pats his gills. "You all breathe water?"
Just me.
Oh wait, I have a potion of water breathing, so I can.
Only two of us do.
Okay. I get. Big man, he come talk. Give me 1 minute. And the Kua-Toa crawls back down into the seaweed below. You guys notice this seaweed? It's very, very tightly woven, but it's like standing on a waterbed a little, as the waves sort of like undulate the surface below you. Guys, excuse me for just 1 sec. Okay. Alright, that was just a blink in the eye of our lovely audience, but I just took like a 5-minute bathroom break. Sorry for the delay, my lovely players. I heard you were bad-mouthing the Kua-Toa.
This is so ugly.
They are pretty ugly, but they have spirit.
They also have big calf muscles.
Yes, quite.
From all the squatting.
The little Kua-Toa who had the little Kua-Toa who had dove in under the seaweed earlier I will note, the section that he, dove into was a slightly looser, sort of almost like a kind of like a doorway of sorts in the seaweed, if that makes any sense at all. But yeah, he climbed down through that, and in about like 5 minutes, he returns with another Kua-Toa following behind him. This Kua-Toa, let me go ahead and just...
The big man.
Yeah. Actually, I wonder, can I do this? Can I...
Go back to function.
No, of course not. That'd be too easy.
Just use another of the same icon. And make it bigger.
I would, but I found an easier way to do it. Work. Did it work? Thought it worked. Oh well. Boop. There's our boy. Okay, I'll slap him down in just a moment, as soon as he loads. Yep, there he is.
Just with a thumbs up.
Boop. Okay. One climbs up, and he seems to be holding a staff with this sort of black serpent coiling from the bottom of the staff all the way around it to the top. A sort of onyx serpent carved and sort of formed around this kind of wooden, almost like it looks like the staff was like carved from some sort of large driftwood from like a shipwreck or something, and then this onyx serpent was added to accent it, and it ends in sort of the upturned open mouth of this serpent with his little staff. And this Kua-Toa is wearing sort of more of these kind of obviously very wet, yellowed, sort of musky kind of looking robes. And this one looks out to all of you, and this one seems to have a bit more of a spark in his eye as he actually does make eye contact with you all, as opposed to the other Kua-Toa who are just kind of derping and looking into opposite directions all the time. This one sort of acknowledges you all and says, "Visitors, what can I do for you? The one here says you said something about Glub Glub."
Yeah, we're trying to find Glub Glub. We're on a request for his friend to check on if he's okay.
Glub Glub is okay.
Okay. We should warn you guys.
Happy to help.
We should warn you guys. Down back at the marina, there was a large explosion of poison that polluted the water, and it could drift this way. We don't know. Also, there's a giant turtle that shoots magma and ice about a day away from your settlement.
Yeah. I shoot. And he kind of raises the staff up and kind of swirls it around, and it crackles with electricity a little bit. I shoot it. It leaves us alone.
Huh, neat.
I protect this place now.
Okay.
Now.
Well, be careful of the poison, I guess.
Okay.
Well, that was easier than I thought it was going to be, guys.
Happy to help. Now go.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Since I'm here, and since you are such a different... Do you have any weapons? Rare weapons?
Yes. And he sort of raises the staff up and does the little electricity crackle thing again.
Oh, I meant more like hit things with than zap things with.
And he sort of waves it around in a hitting motion and says, yes.
I see. I'm starting to understand how this guy works. But not that one, because that's yours, and I'm talking like something I could purchase.
Don't need gold now. Do you want to help?
Help with what?
Kill manfolk invading. killed a bunch of
Okay.
old residents. Was emissary. Had to fight some off. They ran that way. And he points towards the ascending menagerie.
I see. So there were people there. Were they invaders?
Dark armor. Leather. They swam fast and stabbed the leader from before.
Oh, that's why he said now. Who was the leader from before?
Don't know.
You don't know.
This
But
was the first emissary I was, but they said his name was Ukaraka.
Alright, so it's not Glub Glub, so that's good, I guess.
Glub Glub is good.
Can-
Glub
can
Glub
we-
okay.
Can we see him?
No.
Ah, I see.
Why can we not see him?
And he sort of looks around at you all.
Siegfried's
Worried
gonna
about you all. But
Ah, we're suspicious.
if you bring heads of man things, I let you see Glub Glub. I'll have him come up. Say hi.
Uh,
Shylvie shifts into ISO form.
Oh, ha. Oh. Shifter.
yeah.
What? Oh. Oh. You. One of the people.
Oh,
I
fuck.
was born in the ocean and raised up there. And she points to the huge forest.
Oh. Oh. Scary place. Don't go in there much. Had to look for man things. But trees scared me away. Kept throwing fruit at me. They hurt.
Oh, the monkeys.
Fair enough.
Monkeys. Yes. The land monkeys.
Oh, as opposed to sea monkeys, I see.
What? That's what they call them.
Should we like? I like do the motion for like us to like huddle together to talk separate.
Okay. The archpriest kind of leans in. What? Say.
I see.
Oh no! I'm sorry. I'm kidding. It was obviously you.
So
He patiently waits.
we've already essentially done what we came here to do. If you guys want, I mean, to help them, we could do that. It's up to you guys. I don't really care. We still time wise, we would still have time to go to the to try to trek over to the other place anyway. So it's up to you guys if you want to try to help or if you just want to move on.
I mean, we haven't officially made sure he's okay.
We know that he's okay. We were asked to get his help on something, right?
No, we were
No.
literally just asked to check if he was okay.
Zamek
Like,
was just looking for news, good or bad, about the state of Glub Glub.
Okay.
and this apparently this place is fine. They just fought off some invaders or whatever.
Killed some, he
And
said.
killed some. Do you have a corpse that we can look at?
Nope.
Can you give us a good description of what they look like?
Dark armor, leather, swam fast, stabbed with daggers, and
Some kind of ocean rogue.
Yeah, but
They
if
sent
that's the case, we
assassins.
won't be able to
Is
catch
that
them.
correct?
faces obscured, hoods, masks, black face masks.
I don't
Couldn't
see.
tell details. Just fast in water. Dark armor.
I understand. Very well then.
And he said they went into the menagerie, which I've only heard scary things about. Does Halo have anything to say about the menagerie?
Halo, when you consult him for wisdom, indicates, oh man, I'm jonesing right now. First of all, this situation seems rather suspicious, but I mean, I don't trust their shifty, fishy looks about them. They're just giving me a bad vibe. That said, that menagerie looking place feels so right. I don't know. I'm kind of curious.
You want to know about the menagerie? I've literally
are you
lived
trying to
there for
talk
400 years. I can tell you whatever you know, so long as it isn't anything that would endanger the place. Which does frankly limit a good chunk of what I need, of what I can tell you. But point still stands.
I mean, if we're not gonna it really depends on if we're gonna use up our time to actually explore right now or not. If not, we can wait for later for that information.
All right.
It is true
Well,
that it is kind
whatever happens, we should either get going
This.
or get helping.
Oh, okay. You guys aren't talking to the priest right now. You're just huddled, right?
Yeah.
Okay. The priest and the other Kua-Toa are just kind of watching, waiting patiently, kind of looking
We
at
really
each
should
other,
have tried to get more details on the inhabitants of this
making
village.
fish noises. You can certainly try.
No, I'm saying we should have before we came.
It was a Triton village, is what you were told.
Oh, Tritons.
Tritons.
A Triton village below the ocean.
I turn to them and be like, hey, can you call over a Triton? It doesn't have to be Glub, just
Nope.
any Triton. Yeah, okay, these guys are evil. Alright, I see.
Do you say that out loud?
Oh no, I
Okay, but you get a look in your eye, like.
Alright,
can I
Siegfried's gonna walk back over here.
Okay, you can actually move it now. I think I gave you permission. Just make sure you're on the pointer, not the. Yeah.
With his great axe out.
Huh?
Oh, he's gonna threaten them.
Wait, which one again? Oh, you're going over to the. Yeah. Okay. So
Can they see us?
well, he sees you walk away and says, "What? Good luck?
I'm about to body this one.
Is he
Uh,
going?"
You know what Kua-Toa do, right?
no, we don't. We have no idea.
Okay.
Shylvie, you are only vaguely familiar with what Kua-Toa do, but if you roll a
that
history
is-
check,
Yeah. I'll, oh, right, yeah. Shoot, sorry for metagaming a little
no,
bit.
it's all good. Go ahead.
Or almost metagaming.
Well, you
Sorry
have
for
prompted
catching
a history check, so that's completely acceptable.
me. All right.
But also, what Kua-Toa do is very fun.
Yeah, it is. All right, I'll attempt the history check since my character might know something about it.
Yeah.
History. All right, it's a +4 check for me.
Okay, and the result. Oh, I need to go over to the correct tab. I need to actually have the chat open. Oh wait, what? Did that not?
He didn't
I'm
roll
sorry,
yet.
I can't see the. One
He
second, I
didn't
have to
roll
reload again. I think. Sorry, guys. That's weird.
21 on that check.
Oh, you didn't actually make the check. Okay.
Yeah, I said it like twice. You didn't
Silly
roll
me.
yet.
I couldn't hear you. I'm sorry. I was distracted by my silliness.
I just rolled the actual check.
Cool. Very cool.
21.
And it was 21. Kua-Toa are a religious folk. Not the generic Kua-Toa is not a very threatening creature in and of itself. They are crafty. They have origins in the sort of subterranean area of the Underdark.
Can I just spill the beans on what these guys do to the rest of the party?
I'm telling the party, and then you can just tell them what I tell you, essentially. They're a slippery sort. They don't particularly like sunlight. They are amphibious. And if a bunch of them gather in one place, they can begin to alter reality if they all start worshipping something.
What the?
Okay, so I just realized something. These guys are definitely not supposed to be here because that guy has a staff praising the slumbering serpent, and we were told that that's pretty much illegal. Like,
well, it's illegal in Arcanautus.
Yeah, no, but wasn't it said that this place is like a wasn't this supposed to be like a settlement for these people that's a part of Arcanautus? Wasn't that
it's not really a part of Arcanautus. Trade happens infrequently. The reason that they live out here is so that they can enjoy the culture of the Subsea Kingdom while still being a non-threatening small settlement of... Basically, it was... The history of it, just to be blunt, was it was kind of like an ambassadorship sort of situation, and there was a small settlement of Tritons that decided to be like, hey, as a show of good faith, we'll settle near your settlement, but also, hey, we're near the Ascending Menagerie, we can grab stuff for you every so often, like that kind of situation.
Yeah.
Everything about between the Subsea Kingdom and Arcanautus itself is essentially a mixture of trade agreements to just get things to not be hostile or as hostile as they used to be. Nobody wants to unleash, well, you know, theoretically, nobody wants to unleash Leviathans on anybody anymore, you know?
Can Shylvie swim faster than these guys?
I don't know, can Shylvie, do you think he can swim faster than these guys?
I would guess not. I'm not exactly as quick as many.
You get the feeling you could probably keep pace with them.
All
I
right.
was gonna say maybe you can just
Shylvie, it's 30 feet, right, for you?
Yep.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Only the deep seekers get the fast swim speed.
Yeah, that's right.
Because I'd really like to confirm that there's actually Tritons here before I believe these guys. Because apparently they're from the they're not. Well, I don't know.
Okay, I apologize for not specifying this. They are from the Underdark. They are a very religious in belief set sort. And generally they're usually troublemakers, problematic. In the Subsea Kingdom, they are generally used as lower level clerics or just generally kept in kind of suppressed or away from each other, because when they gather in large groups, they tend to create problems because of their inherently kind of chaotic-ish, or not chaotic, but they're inherently sort of... It's not necessarily evil. It's not necessarily evil, but it tends to go that way when they gather in large groups.
They can create gods
Should be
in a large group.
Should be.
Shylvie, you've heard they can alter reality. You haven't heard the gods bit, but one could extrapolate, maybe.
Yeah.
Shit.
The ones around here, that one that you saw at the guard post spoke just undercommon, it seemed, but this one appears to also speak common, and so does the other one, although even more erringly than his one with the staff.
So I'd like to ask him one more time and do an insight check.
Sure.
So, Glub Glub and all the other Tritons are safe and good, right?
Like I said, Glub Glub is good.
All right, and we'll roll
What
insight
you
checks.
else need to know.
Alright,
and
so-
yeah, go ahead, roll insight. And I'll have him roll a thing. I'm going to roll this myself so that you guys can't see it because it matters for this.
I don't
For me to be
believe it.
stealthy about it. Statistics for this gentleman are that much. Okay, noted. Zen, your number was 15?
Yeah.
His eyes appear to be sort of between saying these kind of sort of janky phrases that he appears to be trying to get out. He appears to be every so often sort of looking at the other mats and sort of twitching one eye sort of curiously. He appears to be in a rush to get you guys out of there. Seems like he's hiding something.
You said the mat.
The seaweed mats that you all are standing on, like except like the large segments. You see the map where I have like, you know, these segments and stuff, and how they came out of this one. He seems to be like eyeballing the other ones and sort of like looking back between them and you guys. The impression then that you get is that he's trying to hide something.
I see. So
I also rolled insight for that.
Oh, I apologize.
I got an 18.
Okay. Likewise, he appears to be trying to hide something, and he's trying to get you guys out of there as quickly as possible.
does it seem malicious in any way?
Say, my wee friend. I haven't taken a swim in a very long time. So if you don't mind, sploosh.
Oh, do you just jump in?
Water.
Yep.
Outside or in, like, there's an entrance kind of between these two here to the seaweed things. There's an entrance here, there's an entrance here, there's an entrance here, or you could just jump in the side.
How do you ping locations?
You just
Be
click
on the
it,
selection
hold it.
tool and then hold the button and hold click down. Yeah, so you jump off here. Okay. You jump off into the water there, sploosh, and the Kua-Toa sort of, the one with the staff sort of like tilts his head a little bit and like straightens up to look over in the direction that you're headed, and he says something to the other one, give us some, and it disappears under the mat down into the area below the mat. And the other one continues to stare at you all. Curious sort they are. So Shylvie, as you dive down, you can see sort of there's about 45 to, the further you get obviously from the shore, the deeper it gets, but there's roughly an incline of about a 30-foot drop where the sort of seaweed bridge is, to a 40-foot drop for this first set of sort of dangling kelpish buildings that seem to be woven out of sea plants. There aren't particularly windows of any sort, but it's like a large cocoon sort of shape, like a square cocoon that kind of is rooms, if I was to describe it. As you can see from below, there is an entrance to this one below the water on the outside over here. From your perspective.
Shylvie will head over to there.
Okay. And it's like, if I was to describe it, it's like an upside-down 3-story apartment, but made out of seaweed. You know, that's the best way I could describe it. You know what I mean?
Right here.
Yeah. And you see the same sort of loose, non-woven seaweed that sort of blocks the entrance, and you kind of push it aside and head on in. Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Alrighty then. Just double checking my score for that. Yep, alright. 13.
Bad. It's not bad.
As you swim around here, your essence kind of naturally is a little bit always kind of osmosisizing with the water around you a little bit, part of your vulnerability to poisons and such. But you sense a strange, stagnant sort of smell, if I was to use a word, smell in the water as you enter this room. It's dark, and naturally, as this is one of the lower ones, and the lack of windows. Do you have dark vision?
I'm not entirely sure. I did do a slight rework of the race, given how overpowered some of its abilities are, so I forget if I have it. Due to like,
well,
I
I will
think our
say,
whole party had it before.
given the nature of the environment and what you rolled, I'll say you notice that acrid scent, and you notice that this room is
Like dead bodies.
empty, but you do still have that smell. There is a hatch in one of the corners that leads to the room above. You are currently on the third bottom floor. Zen, Siegfried, I apologize for forgetting about you. You were off my screen for a little bit. What were you doing?
Go kill that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna kill this one.
Are you gonna jump through the window, or are you gonna go in the door? What are you doing?
Can I simultaneously attack this other one as he does that?
This
Jump
one
to the
here
window.
with the staff?
I mean, I don't picture good things are gonna happen for me if I don't take the initiative here.
Oh yeah.
Jump through the
Sorry,
window.
I didn't mean to say it like that. I'm sorry, that was rude.
I already know Siegfried's going to start a fight.
Okay. Siegfried, you are not attempting to be stealthy, I could safely assume.
Nope.
Didn't think so. There's a crash as you leap through the window directly onto the Kua-Toa guard that had been nervously watching through the window as you suddenly barrel through it and land on top of him. Go ahead, make a free attack against him. Fuck it, why not? The one with the staff does not notice. One sec. How fucking far was that? The Archpriest sort of hears a little bit of a something off in by the guard post and sort of looks
Wait, I
over.
didn't realize he can
Did
scare
your
off the turtle
friend
by himself.
leave?
I
Is
don't
he
see him.
going himself? Sorry, what'd you just say?
I don't see him scouting and whatnot.
Okay. You should go help him.
Hey, do you want to see a trick?
No.
So I'm like, hey, Halo. And Halo floats up,
Ooh.
spins around. Hey, do you,
Interesting.
yeah, you think so? Hey, would you like to hold her?
Oh.
Uh,
I'm gonna
attacking.
roll for
That's why-
that, and then Siegfried, go ahead and what do you got?
oh no, when I'm attacking, do I add again? I'm sorry.
Your
Pro-
strength,
Your
and
strength
her
mod.
proficiency.
And
Okay.
your proficiency, which I think is still +2
It would be +6.
Yes.
You'd add +6.
Okay.
to hit.
Wow. What?
That doesn't hit. One sec, I have to look up because the Kua-Toa have a special thing.
You also have bonus. Oh wait, but this was like a free attack, so I don't know if you get a bonus
ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba.
action.
When a creature misses the Kua-Toa with a melee attack. Okay, so the go ahead and make a strength saving throw as this little Kua-Toa that you jumped onto and was going to bring your great axe down on pulls out from under him this shield with like this oily sort of greasy substance on it and raises it up. What'd you get? A 6?
I rolled two times in a row. What?
Damn. And that was a strength saving throw, not a check.
Saving?
I believe you have 2 more, right? So it'd just be an 8.
Yeah.
Okay. 1
Eight.
sec.
2 8s.
Okay. The attacker must succeed on a strength saving throw. The weapon becomes stuck to the Kua-Toa's shield. If the weapon's wielder can't or won't let go of the weapon, the wielder is grappled while the weapon is stuck. While stuck, the weapon can't be used. A creature can pull the weapon free by taking an action to make a DC 11 strength check and succeeding. So,
Feed him to the
go ahead,
salamander.
Siegfried, and roll initiative for me.
Is it just him?
Actually, you know what? We'll just do a narrative back and forth for all intents and purposes.
Okay.
For now, until this other... Okay, so noted, and then this Kua-Toa will go after you. Okay, so let me go ahead and... He got this much, and Siegfried got a. Oh wow, same as before. Funny. Actually, don't you have a modifier to that? Do you have a dex mod or no? We said no.
No,
No,
he
I
doesn't
don't.
have a dex mod.
Okay, got it. Or I'll add that later. Anyways, so you're gonna go before him, and then the little guy will go. Okay, moving on. Next up, we're gonna go back to Shylvie. Shylvie, you continue your investigation.
Yep.
What are you doing?
Heading over there.
You see a couple. Okay. You go and you ascend. You see, as you pass through this room, a couple amenities. Sort of a like almost biological, like almost a shell. That appears to be slightly ajar, and you see what appear to be like these cups of sort made out of shell as well that contain some sort of like meaty material. It seems like that might have been a snack cabinet of some sort. There's some there's some fruit that have slightly swollen with the time in the sea. As you ascend past this into the next room, and you see as you enter the second floor. First of all, let me just... You see a Kua-Toa. What appears to be a shit ton of bones arranged in a kind of altar shape, in the shape of a coiling serpent, like encircling the room. And the mouth of the serpent appears to be formed primarily of various skulls of various sorts, with various finger bones for the teeth. And the Kua-Toa is sort of gently rearranging them and sort of organizing them and, like, adding a couple from a bag that he has to, and, like, licking them and then adhering them to bits of the wall. He doesn't appear to have noticed you yet as you gently sort of float up. And you can just see him as your head just raises above the, you know, not doorway of the silent kind of trapdoor.
So were those like humanoid skulls? Just curious.
Humanoid-ish. Some defining characteristics that might be notable upon closer inspection. Next up is Zen. Zen.
Yeah. So I'm like, would you like to hold it?
And then he is gonna make a shiny things roll. He fails. With a 3. And he says, give, just for a moment.
And I'm like,
Curious
whoa,
artifacts.
Whoa. It's only fair if I get to hold yours if you get to hold mine.
No.
Why not?
No.
Mine's shinier than yours.
Mine more important.
Can yours do this, and I have it spin around some more.
He's gonna make a performance check. Yes! And he spins it above his head like a baton twirler and slaps it down onto the sea mat, and it sort of crackles with a little bit of electricity that bolts off.
Can I do it too?
Are we fucking competing performances? Yeah, go ahead, roll performance.
Dick measuring contest.
Hey, shush! This is actually meaningful.
Fair enough.
Next up is gonna be Siegfried.
No.
You twirl your blades and you twirl them well, but it's rather generic. It looks like kind of a fighting game idle pose if I was to describe the action. So, you know, engaging, but not spectacular.
Okay, then before I finish off, can I activate my Divine Soul?
Okay, describe that to me. Is that you start exploding, or am I thinking of the Scourge? That's your...
Scourge. I grow wings
Scourge
and I start to glow.
Okay, you do so. I'm gonna have everybody roll initiative now and add you to the initiative order. Siegfried, you're good. The Kua-Toa that Siegfried's fighting is good. The the priest there is going to The priest is going to roll in. The Kua-Toa tending to the bones is going to roll in. The Kua-Toa that went underwater is going to roll in. And Shylvie is going to roll in. So everybody go ahead and do your thing. Shylvie got a 6.
Oh, you're
Zen
kidding
got a
me.
7. Yeah, you can't be the fastest ones every time. Watch
Fair enough.
me roll a 1 and a 2. Just for saying that. It seems like something that would happen.
Gets several nat 20s. Laughs evilly.
Dude, like, that fucking was not okay.
Hey, it
Kua-Toa
made the
2.
combat challenging without killing us, so...
Sorry. Just choking on something there. Anyways. Okay. Priest has to roll in. Everybody has to roll in. Let's do it all at once, just to get it out of the way. 3d20s.
Wait.
16
Would this be
to
considered
15.
a forest? Or
Sorry?
no?
Sorry?
Because we're close to a forest. Never
You
mind,
are
that's
on a
dumb
shoreline.
question. Never mind, that's a dumb question.
You are literally on the sea right now, technically,
Yeah.
if we're gonna be technical about it, you know.
Yeah, that's a dumb question. Never mind.
You are physically standing on the ocean.
Damn it.
Okay, so we got a 15. Siegfried, you had a 15 as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and your dexterity modifier is 0, correct? Okay. This
don't
guy
you
has
get
a +2, so
advantage
he's gonna go first.
on initiative rolls because you're a barbarian?
I don't think that's till later, buddy.
Oh, okay. I mean, okay.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. Writing in the order, Priest has a 15, and he's ahead of Siegfried ever so slightly because of his dexterity. The Kua-Toa that went below deck is right before the Priest. Okay. The Kua-Toa from before, you have no idea. I'm gonna flip him upside down to indicate that you cannot see where he is. I am keeping track of where he is. He moves, and that's it. Okay, I know where he is. Next up in the turn order is the priest, who
Having our dance battle.
who sees Zen's display where he unfolds his wings and says, "What, bird man, curious, are we dancing, fighting? What is this?"
And I'm like shaking, like we're dancing, we're showing our moves off, man. Come on.
Oh, and I'm gonna have him make an intelligence check. Ooh, that was a 3.
Showing off.
Dancing.
I mean, he has a plus to it, but it's not enough. He says, "Okay." He's gonna just make a performance check as he kind of wiggles and does a little Kua-Toa dance, and it's not that impressive, but it's kind of cute. Next up in the
Flourishes
turn.
with his arm out, arm comes off.
Sorry?
Flourishes with his arm out, and then it comes off.
No. Next up is Siegfried. Siegfried, your great axe is currently unusable as it is literally adhered to the Kua-Toa's shield, and you are grappled. You cannot move unless you let go of your weapon.
Eat him.
You can beat him with your fists if you so choose. Or I think you have javelins, or you have other shit you could hit him with too if you want.
I have hand axes.
That's true. Do you whip out the hand axes?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna activate rage,
All right, bonus action rage.
and I'm gonna swing.
All right, you do so. Roll to hit. You're essentially right here. Yeah, that hits. Go ahead, roll damage with the hand axe. How much are hand axes? Is D6?
D6.
Yeah, 1d6.
Yeah.
I think it's +4. Yeah, +4.
Accidental ping. Well, it's gonna be more than +4 because of your rage bonus, I think.
Yeah, +6.
Yeah. So roll that.
And
Nice.
10 damage. Kua-Toa. You slash into him and gash deep into his shoulder. He lets out a gurgle. And he appears to be going to reach for the horn again.
Stop him.
I think that's the end of your turn, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Next up in the turn order is the Kua-Toa guard, who lifts up the horn and blows it. Zen, you immediately notice that the Archpriest stops doing his cute little cute little Kua-Toa dance and takes the staff in two hands and turns his head towards you and lets out a
I like shrug my shoulders and look at him confused. What's that?
ah!
Is everything okay?
You
I try
bad! He
What do you-
shouts. Next
What do
up
you mean? We're just partying here. I'm your friend.
Zen, you're up.
Can I see any semblance of showing him
Shylvie.
that?
Sorry, pardon me for interrupting. Shylvie, you notice the Kua-Toa that was doing the skulls hears the it like is currently looking up and is currently quickly placing the bones and seems to be trying to finish what they were doing quickly. Sorry, Zen, you were saying?
So can I see any semblance of turning this around? Be like, whoa, we should go check on your friend. Is he okay?
Okay, so given the circumstances, you can roll persuasion with disadvantage in order to attempt to deflect the situation. That is my proposal.
I know how that works with me. That's not gonna work. All right. I'm going to. Are these guys considered humanoids?
Are they considered humanoids? One sec. Yes, they are. Humanoid, Kua-Toa.
Okay. So I just double check my racial ability to make sure I'm not getting it wrong. Your level 1 radiant damage. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to cast what's it called? Hunter's Mark on the mage.
You do so.
You're like, hey dude, check out my eyes. And they start to glow that green. Overlapping with the silver that my eyes are currently glowing because I'm in Divine Soul.
Is it like a swirl or is it like a mixed tone?
It's, you know what? I'll do one eye silver, one eye of the green.
Nice.
Yeah. And then I'm like, well, it was worth a try, and I'm going to attack with my +1 short sword.
Okay, so you go up to him.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
and I'm flying, by the way.
Okay, how high?
Currently I'm like 5 feet, like just high, like
Okay.
I guess.
So you're within melee range, right?
I'm within melee range, yeah. And
Cool.
I'll roll to hit with my. Oh wait, it's a +7 to hit. Oh my gosh.
That's a 12.
Does that hit? Yeah.
Let me find
You know
out.
He
No,
isn't-
unfortunately, I'm sorry.
Oh, serious? Rip.
Yeah, rip indeed.
Okay, so he must have armor or something going on.
Nah, he just kind of slinks out of the way as it billows past his nothing is billowing on this wet boy as he slinks out of the way of the strike.
Okay.
Are you remaining within 5 feet in the air above him?
Yeah, I'm gonna stay in melee range with him,
Okay, you do so.
and I'll have Halo flank behind him,
Okay.
and also attack on Halo's turn.
Okay. I believe that's now, right?
Yeah, that's now Halo's turn. I used my action and my bonus action. So Halo gets a +5 to hit. Oh wait, no, it's +4 right now. But it's at 15. Yeah, so it's +4 to hit for Halo. Oh my god.
Like father, like son. As the
Alright.
priest ducks under your swiping sword and says, "Still cool, but bad." Next up, he's done, right?
Yeah, that's all Halo can do.
Okay, next up in the turn order is Shylvie. Shylvie, the guard, or the one tending to the bones, is quickly putting down bones and attempting to finish whatever they were doing here. The sack appears to be getting quite light. Seems like there's only a few more left in there.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast! Go ahead and roll the hit.
All right. Yep.
Go with advantage because he doesn't know you're there. You're concealed.
Yeah. Roll 2. Separate plus 6. Roll. All right. 13 plus 6. That would
19.
be
That
19.
definitely hits. Roll damage.
Yep.
Are you attacking the guy or the altar?
5.
He's
5
attacking the
force
guy.
damage.
Okay.
Alright, 5 force damage to Kua-Toa number 3.
Yep. 5 force damage, and I slip back underneath the
Okay. You do so.
back under the floor.
You are not currently visible, but he just did get attacked. Okay.
Yep.
Next up is Kua-Toa number 3, who kind of swiftly looks around, but you're not there. And they kind of look in there, or well, you wouldn't know this, but you hear, "Gibos, Sigamba, Gimeras, Gimeras, Gigam, Tigambo, Tigambo, Gambo, Slumber." And you hear the quick movement of hands through water. It seemed he was working his way up towards the head. Okay. Last time you saw. Okay, that is his turn. Next up in the turn order is Kua-Toa number 2. Shylvie, you hear swimming in this general vicinity.
Alright. Yep.
Next up in the turn order is the priest. The priest notices he's being crowded a little bit, and his staff crackles with lightning as he is going to go ahead and cast Whack. He's gonna cast hit the bird. As this sort of wooden but onyx wrapped staff with the sort of serpentine, huge serpentine onyx sort of decoration, he swings at you twice. Plus what to hit? Plus 6 to hit. Does a 16 hit? Zen, does a 16 hit?
16 does indeed currently hit.
Okay. Oh, fucking balls, shit, damn son of a bitch! Excuse me, pardon me, water.
Did you spill on again?
Motherfucker. Again? Did I do it in the past?
You did it in another session. I know that for sure.
That's hilarious. Oh, that sucks. Excuse me for a sec.
I'll go to
Quite
that.
upset that I missed 2 attacks.
That's frustrating.
I'm about to get hit with a stick.
Well, I missed an attack while I was right on top of him, so
That's true. I
that's
thought
why I
he would
said
be. I thought he
doesn't
would
like
be
me.
like easy to hit because he's like wearing robes.
He's slimy.
Slime, I guess, gives defense.
Does his eyes right off.
Excuse me for a minute.
That's why boxers oil up before they go in.
Excuse me. I didn't think his first instinct would be melee, either. Thought for
He's
sure.
not smart.
I thought he was gonna try to run.
Okay, so that was mostly lemonade, so... Anyways. Hi, everybody.
Hey.
I keep using that same glass, and it's got like a slightly narrower bottom than the normal glasses that I use, so I never expect it to fall over when it does, so that's what just happened there. I apologize for the delay.
He hit me with a stick.
Nice. Give me a sec.
God, I need stick though.
Okay,
Shocking.
hey, did Roll20 close out, by the way?
No.
No.
Oh,
No.
that's good. Okay. Very, very cool. Okay. I'll just use the app. And now I'll use this thing. Okay. Alright, I'm back. We're good. Everything's sticky. Everything is sticky. I hate it. Oh, I hate it so much. Okay, moving on. Alright. +6 to hit. I did the thing. Hit. 1d6 plus 3. Hey, how do I do the math with the, Oh, never mind. I figured it out. 1d6 plus 3. Roll.
And go.
Okay, so 9. Plus you are
That's it.
zapped by
Pass me that
electricity as it hits you.
One that we grabbed.
That is...
Thought I left mine over on your next to you.
Okay.
But-
Uh-huh.
So I take 9
Plus
damage.
17 lightning damage.
What?
So that's 9 plus 17 for the lightning damage on that. As
Shocking.
the staff crackles with electrical energy as it strikes at you, zapping you out of the air, I assume?
I mean, I was like not terribly in the air. I was just like 5 feet up.
I know, but are you unconscious?
I am unconscious. It did more than my max health
Yes.
in
yes,
one
it did.
hit.
As he zaps you out of the air, he says, "Stupid! I protect this place!" As unconsciousness slips into you. That sounds too lewd. As you slip into unconsciousness. There we go. Okay. And then he strikes out at the sword. Does the sword keep doing its thing?
Yeah, it's still.
He goes
11.
to hit the sword. 10 plus 6. I assume that hits.
16. I think it currently hits. Yeah, just barely. You know.
Okay, and I assume that also knocks the sword out.
How much damage?
17 plus 5. 22.
Yep, it knocks us both out.
Evil man spawn. Bird spawn. You hear the Kua-Toa priest shouting.
Just talking junk to you while you're pass out.
He's like shouting this. Most of you can hear this. Anyways, next up in the turn order is Zen. By the way, I'm sorry. I am formally sorry, but now is a good time to test out the new mechanic that we talked about. Yay! Anyways,
I got
these fish
one
people.
shot.
it happens.
These fish people.
Yo.
Remember that nervous laugh earlier when you were talking about balanced encounters? Excuse me. Anyways.
Dude, are you just admitting that it's not balanced?
What? No, it's completely
Is that what
balanced.
you're doing right now?
Dude, what are you talking about? Siegfried, you're up.
All right, so I'm gonna swing twice.
Just roll to hit. If you hit him, you kill him.
All right.
DC's 11.
Come on.
Nice. With the hand axe, right?
Hmm.
Okay. As you chop into his neck and separate his little fishy head from his little fishy body. And he dies.
Oh boy, he did.
Glub, glub. Okay.
Guess I'm gonna grab my great axe and
Yeah, you remove your great axe from the shield.
I'm gonna walk out.
Okay. You see over on the coral Zen's unconscious body and the limp sword sitting around the feet of the priest whose staff is crackling with violent electricity.
Siegfried's gonna laugh.
He does so. A hearty bellow. The priest's eyes snap up towards you. Foul, man, folk.
Siegfried's gonna say, "Here, fishy, fishy."
Evil little Kua-Toa battle cry. Kua-Toa guard number 1 is dead, so I'm gonna just control. How do you? Nah, that didn't work. Okay, didn't think so. Whatever, he's dead. Dead. Okay, next up is Zen. Zen, first, make a death saving throw.
I forget. Do I add my con mod or
Nothing.
no?
It's a straight roll. It's just luck. You fail one death saving throw.
Weren't lucky.
Halo gets them too, by the way.
Yes. Yes, he does. Noted. I forgot about that last time. I guess roll it for Halo then as well. Okay, Halo passes one. Would you mind just keep track of yours and his death saves?
Yeah.
Zen, as the motion of the waves just lifts you up and down ever so gently as you rest on the essentially what is a mattress, waterbed mattress below you. You are very actively thinking right now, in your own brain at least. And
I want to murder all the fish people.
yes, and you dream of being stabbed by these fish people, but you are slicing away at them as they assault you in your dreams, and you're taking some down, but they're getting a lot of good hits in. All these bug-eyed fish people, and in the back, at the back of that crowd, you see the priest smiling, holding his staff that crackles with electricity. Zen, that's currently what you are experiencing. Shylvie, you're up.
All right.
Last time was your turn. You heard the swift movement. Sorry?
Nothing.
Did I hear the crackling of electricity? Or
You heard the actually, yeah, it would have been like a sharp, it would have been a sharp, high-pitched whine that you would have definitely been able to hear from your proximity, as well as the shouting out in common of the. You heard the Kua-Toa shouting something in common.
Yep. I'm probably gonna have to go help my friends.
Mhm.
So, since I'm already at the doorway.
Yep.
6. All right. I am to the surface.
Are you at the surface?
Yep.
Okay.
I cast Eldritch Blast at the priest
Eldritch Blast.
and Healing Word at Zen.
Fuck yeah, healing word, best spell in the game. Okay, so
So
roll for
who's
Eldritch.
up with
And I'll roll for hit points
Yeah, roll
that
for...
he gets back.
Yeah. Or just roll everything. Roll the hit and then roll your healing. Zen, you're
Yep.
going to be back up.
With a small amount of hit points.
Yep.
Yep. All right. And would the priest have seen me coming?
Were you trying to
Or
be
is that a-
stealthy? Well, if you... he is in combat mode, so he is aware that there are enemies around. You wouldn't have advantage.
All right. 1d20 plus 6. Roll. 12.
Just barely misses.
Trust me,
You
12's miss.
guys all have been rolling 12s, just barely missing this dude. It's like he has some divine protection or something. As
Probably
the
does.
priest sees you and send the Eldritch Bolt forward, and he actually whacks it out of the air with his staff, which crackles with a bolt of electricity as it deflects the bolt, and the bolt scatters. Crack. Snap. Slumbasak you. And
I
you cast
scream
Healing
at
Word.
him. Oh, yeah, and my healing word is this asshole needs to eat shit. Get up already.
Mm.
All right. And then that's
Zen, you are back up with... Is it just straight up 3?
7.
7. Zen, you are up with 7 hit points.
Do you not have the
He's
Oh,
not a
it's
life
this-
domain
no.
cleric, my dude.
No, not you. I was talking about. Never mind, nothing.
Okay. The area beneath these is considered total cover, side note, like if you're not visible. Like they are opaque. Just a random side note. So Shylvie, you have done your turn, right?
Yep.
Kua-Toa number 3 continues with his work. Okay. Next up is Kua-Toa number 2.
I'm guessing he'd be going.
You
into
hear
the-
a swishing in the sea behind you, Shylvie. Just barely audible, but you indicate that he's moved somehow into this room. Roughly.
Fair enough.
Okay, well, I should keep them both upside down, technically. Because they're technically both on a lower level. Okay. Next up in the turn order is the priest. The priest
Oh, fucking course.
looks over at Shylvie and is going to go ahead and cast a spell.
All right.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
And I do got my cover, so that might help.
Did you say it was total cover, or half? Or
One sec, I have to check the spell real quick. Uh-huh. Okay, that's not what I want. That's not what I want. That's not bad. That's not what I want. Okay. He is going to just cast Spirit Guardians. He raises his staff, and from it, these inky, dark serpents of, like, straight up ink appear to be floating through slowly around him in, like, a 15-foot radius. Designate. Area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn. It must make a wisdom save. On a failed save, the creature takes that much damage. Or it's 3d8. If it saves, they take damage. Cast the spell. Increases, but it's not going to do that. Okay, so in the 15-foot, and I'll draw the circle. a 15-foot circle around this priest. I need to draw a shape. The shape needs to be hold Alt for circle. Okay, so Alt, circle. Yeah, that's great. Thank you. Thank you, D&D Beyond. Is that what I need? Actually, yes, that's perfect. So now, here's the trick. Can I move it? Of course not. Oh! Hey! We're good. Okay, so that is the area of the, Oh, it's a 15-foot circle, which means it's 15-foot radius. Radius. Anyways, so yeah, he does that. As these dark serpents begin to float around him.
What do they do?
They're just currently floating around him, but they seem hostile. And he cackles again in his blubbery cackle and says, "Evil creatures, leave now, or we will add you for the ritual."
Is he telling us to leave?
He said, "Or we'll add you to the ritual." Next up in the turn order is Siegfried. Siegfried, you're down here.
I'm gonna move closer,
Okay,
close as I can.
right about there. And that's just outside the radius of the inky. Right here is just where you can be, and just outside the radius of the inky black serpents that appear to be encircling the air around this guy.
Then I'm gonna throw a javelin.
Oh shit, yeah, that works. Go for it.
Big ghost stab.
Excuse me. Somehow you miss. As the priest sort of just straight up dips out of the way once again and seems to be quite happy with himself. Seems like he's almost getting kind of a big head about it. Siegfried, is that the end of your turn?
Well, yeah.
Okay. Next up is Zen. Zen, make a wisdom saving throw.
A wisdom saving throw?
Yeah, is it wisdom?
Yep.
Wisdom saving throw.
2.
DC is 14. That's a pass. Alright, is it half or none? Half. Okay, so.
I have 3 health. I'm unconscious again.
No, he could roll. One sec.
You said it was like 4d6.
No, it's 3d8 necrotic damage. So he could roll 3 ones.
Aren't you resistant to
You
necrotic?
have
I am resistant to necrotic damage.
Oh,
If it is-
well then
if
you
it's
could take
necrotic.
you could take 1 damage from this. Not if he
Yeah.
rolls like that though.
Yeah. So wait. No matter what, even if we rounded down. Oh wait, no, I healed up 7 health, not 3.
Yeah,
It's
7.
just-
Oh wait,
Oh.
fuck. Well, oh man,
yeah. So I'm
That's
at
rough,
was
7.
buddy.
exactly enough to put you to 0.
that's rough, buddy.
No. I saved and I'm resistant.
Oh, right.
Oh, I'm sorry. Those are separate instances of having.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm at 3 health.
Correct. As the serpents begin to encircle you and just take bites or attempt to bite you as you sort of parry and knock them away. They
So
don't.
I'm gonna pick up Halo, and so I have to spend 5 feet
Yoink.
to pick up Halo.
Yeah, yoink.
Halo. And
Halo
then
has been yoinked.
I still have my divine soul because that doesn't cancel out if I'm knocked unconscious. It
Cool.
just lasts a minute,
Sounds good.
and I'm going to fly, like towards my allies as far as away, but I'm gonna fly upwards.
5 feet of movement. So you can get
Five.
what, like 20 feet up in the air right here.
like 25 feet. I can fly.
Okay.
I mean, my movement is equal to my flying movement is 30 feet.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put him up here until he is used again. Halo, I mean.
I
Okay.
mean, I have to. Oh wait, Halo still gets death saves. I have to do that.
Oh yes, please do a death save for Halo. Sorry, I keep forgetting to. Alright, that is 1 failure and 1 success for Halo. Alright.
And I still have my bonus action. Actually, wait, no.
Is Hunter
I
Smart concentration?
I lost it when I lost some.
Okay.
Like, don't you automatically lose concentration when you fall unconscious?
Correct.
Yeah. So I actually haven't used any actions or anything yet. So I'm going to what would be smarter? What do I have for bonus? I can only use Hunter's Mark, and I need to. So I'm going to use oh wait. So I have good berries. Would I be able to just throw those in my mouth? Would I just be able to just shove those all in my mouth?
I think I don't see any reason why you can't. One sec. Unless it says you explode if you eat more than one a turn. Because otherwise, I mean, like...
It takes an action to eat them, but...
To eat 1 berry, it says specifically.
Oh.
Sorry.
Okay.
But hey,
well,
you get enough nourishment for an entire day.
Would I be able to, like... So this is weird, but would I be able to use a berry to resuscitate Halo? It's weird.
The answer is technically yes. Right? Well, no, because he's a construct,
you run a good
right?
berry along Halo's blade.
It's a Fey construct. It's still Fey
You
spirit.
need to so obviously healing magics would work on it.
Yeah. So
okay,
it depends on if
what
this
causes
constitutes
the
a
healing?
magic.
Eating a berry restores 1 hit point. I will argue that running the berry along the blade. Go ahead and make a... What's your spellcasting modifier? Wisdom?
Yeah.
Go ahead and make a wisdom check for me. You just have to get above a 10. And I'll let you do this. Yeah, so you did it. Halo returns to the blade once again, having been kicked out of it for a moment and trying to re-enter it. He re-enters now. And you see the juice of the berry be sort of sucked up from the edge of the blade into the little portal. And Halo says into your head, delicious. Oh no.
I really hate
I'm
fish
sorry.
people. No, it's not Halo's fault. The hell?
Well, he apologizes anyways.
This bastard.
He's a nervous boy.
All right. Well, that's...
He hasn't been useful at all against fish people.
I don't worry too much about it. This is more... You're more a victim of circumstance. Anyways, next up in the turn order is... That was just Zen, right? Shylvie!
Yeah.
Shylvie, you're up. You're in the water right behind your friends. You're all bunched up together.
That's not good.
Alrighty
What,
then.
you don't like it when I say that?
Wait, it's...
Well, he speaks common.
Yeah? Hey!
Oh.
He certainly does. And he understands it too, believe it or not.
I think that'll be a disadvantage, though.
Because if you're in combat with a creature, I don't know what spell
Yeah.
it is again.
The only thing is that if it seems like obviously harmful to you.
Yeah, is it
It's
command or is it suggestion?
Suggestion. Command is a first level spell.
Got it.
And it's
Suggestion is-
also only for clerics.
Oh, just tell him to throw his staff.
Oh,
Yep.
Tell him to throw a staff to us.
All right. I cast suggestion on him and tell him to hand over the staff.
okay.
Now.
Suggestion must be worded in such a manner to, make the course of action sound reasonable. So you have to suggest it in a way that sounds reasonable.
Hey,
Do you
buddy.
mind? Or should we just roll with what you said? Because I'm giving you the option of, going with the flavor of the spell, if you'd prefer. Otherwise, I'll just let it go forward as normal.
We will hurt you less if you hand over the staff.
Okay, and he makes what kind of saving throw?
Wisdom.
Wisdom. Kua-Toa. Wisdom is that number. I'm gonna roll it and roll 20.
Please. Oh, please.
1d20 plus, I think it's this number. Boop. Oh man.
Dang it.
What's your thing?
14.
It's definitely not
Yeah,
17.
damn, he just passes then. He looks at you and says, "Nope."
Okay, then. Then he inspires Siegfried.
Siegfried, you are inspired. You have bardic inspiration.
All right.
Well, there goes my second level spell slot.
It happens.
Dang it, the suggestion is gonna work someday.
It is, and it's gonna be amazing.
I was so hoping for the nat 1. I was praying for it.
Hey, dude, Kua-Toas, man. They're all about faith. Apparently, this one fucking worships the dice gods.
Yep.
And they have protected him this whole
Oh yeah,
time.
and Shylvie also moves here.
Okay, sounds good.
Still within range of Eldritch Blast, but
Yes.
decent range away.
Yes, perfect. Okay. Next up in the turn order after Shylvie is Kua-Toa number 3. Okay. The Archpriest sort of twitches a little bit and sort of sniffs the air almost. And next up in the turn order is Kua-Toa number 2. I believe that is his 4th turn alive, correct?
Yep.
4th?
Both of you'll get bonus radiant damage, I think.
Let's see. That would be since we've started combat, that would be the
Since I described him doing the bones.
doing the bones, that would be like 3rd.
That doesn't sound right.
Because the first turn of combat was, let's say that's when he was first.
He did it every single turn he was alive.
Because the priest has done 2 things.
So
He's
wait,
attacked-
Shylvie looked at him, Shylvie shot him, he placed bones. Shylvie walked away, he placed bones. Zen went down, he placed bones. So that's 3 at least, and then this would be the 4th. Right?
I went down.
Oh, okay, then this would be the 3rd one.
earlier
Okay,
than
so
that.
then there. Alright,
Yeah, I went down.
so
earlier
nothing
than that.
happens this turn.
I went down immediately.
You did? Oh, yeah, that's right. That's okay. So I got fucked up a little. So next up is the priest. The priest looks at you all, sort of points the staff in your general direction. You see the electricity crackle off of it, and he shouts off to the lot of you as you're all standing on the seaweed bridge. This is ours, and soon everything on this cursed island will be. Slum back.
Siegfried's gonna just say no.
Go ahead, roll persuasion for me.
Oh.
No.
+3.
I knew it. I knew it. I fucking knew it.
What?
I knew that would be the one good roll we get.
This is what he does.
I also could feel it in my bones.
This is what he does.
No.
You meet man of land. Worthless lot. Not fit for ritual. Be gone. And
See
he
who's gonna say no again.
bah! And he kind of waves his hand off as he descends back below the surface.
Alrighty
Side
then.
note, the big ol' swirling cloud of inky serpents are still radiating in the area. In that gray sphere.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Next up in the turn order is Siegfried. Siegfried, you're up.
So he went underwater, right?
He went back into the entrance to that seaweed home. Yeah, he is underwater.
Alrighty then. Think I should drop the sleep?
There's no point.
I don't think you could see him at this point either.
He doesn't need to see him,
Oh,
but
okay.
I very much doubt that his health is so low that
He didn't take any damage.
yeah, he dodged five. He dodged 4 attacks and resisted the spell, so he's taken no damage, and yeah. So I very much doubt that he has, especially since like he dealt 5d6 and won a hit. I very much doubt that he his health is
Blessings
on
of the
average
sea, my
22.
dude.
What'd you say?
I said, sorry, nothing. I was being a cheeky fuck. I said blessings of the sea, my dude.
Yeah, so it's very unlikely.
To be
that
fair,
that
he has been
spell
lucky
would-
as fuck, also, with not getting hit.
If
We focused him and nothing happened.
Yeah.
I feel
Our
held.
enemies seem to get lucky as fuck.
I feel held.
Yeah.
We've
So
been
yeah.
fighting by the skin of our
Are we
teeth
out of
almost
combat
every
now?
time.
Can I leave?
Nah, Siegfried. No, we are still very much an initiative. It's very important that we're an initiative. Next up is Siegfried, I believe. Siegfried, you're up.
I'm getting on my horse. I'm going home.
Don't do good in water.
Huh? Yeah.
I don't.
You have inspiration, remember, as well.
Alright. So I'm gonna.
Also, you have a pretty high constitution, I assume. You can hold your breath for a number of minutes equal to your constitution mod, I think.
Can you? Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You just have
but-
disadvantage on weapon attacks while underwater unless you have a swim.
Yeah.
Unless it's a trident or a spear.
Pole arms in general.
Oh yeah?
think.
Okay.
Don't do it. It's not worth it. This is stacked against us right now.
Well, I can get some healing off and we can reconvene.
I think he could use his
Sylvie, have you
lightning
said
attack.
anything about the bones?
Not yet.
Okay.
He uses a lightning attack underwater.
Most likely.
It would just
Would that affect him?
who knows, but it's not worth testing.
Probably would leave an AoE that would knock everybody out in the area,
Oh, come on. I wouldn't do that.
Wouldn't you?
including him, most likely.
I definitely wouldn't do that.
Electricity knocks people out. Especially fish.
Totes my goats. I'm sure this priest of the sea serpent god has to
Move
be
back
very
on.
careful with his holy
And move
staff.
back.
You're
to
wanting?
land.
Yeah.
And move back there.
Yeah, you're GTFOing. Yeah. You do so. Next up in the turn, are you doing anything else in particular, Siegfried?
Let my salamander start eating this fish boy.
Ah, okay. That's an option. Your salamander goes about its business. It's going to take a little while for it to get through this. Probably a couple minutes. Or,
Alright.
well, a couple minutes. Probably going to take like...
Just take the corpse with you. It's
Yeah.
small. Just pick it up and
next
go.
up is Zen. Zen, you're up.
Stick my middle finger out.
You do so. There's nobody there to look except you and God.
Oh, and God's a
Shylvie.
piece of shit.
And he wasn't with you.
Yeah, no, he wasn't. He really wasn't. That guy got almost max damage on that attack.
Oh, yeah, I guess so, huh?
Yes, he did.
Twice.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It.
So me and Halo are gonna fly over to the horse.
Uh-huh. You do so. How far? The horses are like here.
And I yell to Shylvie, get on his horse. I'm out of here. This is bullshit. I hate fish people. All of them.
The ocean just fucking hates you. Oh man.
I don't. This world doesn't deserve me. I'm out. Deuce.
Oh man. All right. Next up in the turn order.
I'm dashing to that horse. I don't
Oh, I'm
care how
sorry.
much it takes. I'm on that horse.
Whoop.
I'm out of here.
Okay. Yeah. You use your action to mount the horse. Horse mounted. Horse mount. Next up is Shylvie. Shylvie, you're up.
I forgot I had a potion of healing. Oh damn. Oh, doesn't matter.
All right.
I wish we had like some nuke of some sort.
Siegfried.
I mean, I could just be a pest and start tearing the place apart by shooting at the cave. You know what? I'm already frustrated enough with this.
Mm.
I really wish we could have gotten
Shylvie
staff.
is going to start firing Eldritch Blast from a long distance at
Okay.
the house.
Which one? Do you have a particular target?
Yeah, this one.
The one with the bones.
Okay.
That one.
I assume attempting to aim at the floor with the bones and everything.
Yeah.
All right. Go
just
ahead and roll the
trying
hit.
to just
gonna
trying to, you know, break
Fuck up
some of the
their shit.
ties holding this stuff together and cause the room to fall
Get
apart.
some damage the structural integrity. Okay.
Yeah. Damage the structural integrity.
Got it. Go ahead
And
and
she will continue to do this
roll
until
to hit. It is a building, so it doesn't have a very high AC.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. We're still gonna miss.
Yeah. Well, you're gonna have to roll above a certain damage number, which, by the way, the damage number is 1 for seaweed. So as long as you
Yeah.
roll above a 1 for damage, it'll do damage. Today we're gonna learn about damage thresholds. Okay. Were you aiming for a particular spot that you remembered?
See?
10.
That hits the building.
All right.
Go ahead and roll your damage, and then tell me, were you aiming at a particular area of it? Or just generally?
6.
Excellent. So you deal some damage, and the Eldritch Bolt seems to go through the wall of the thing and kind of shoot through kind of right in this general vicinity. I'll just roll a d20 for luck. Nothing. That is the only thing of note. Actually, you would probably... or they're underwater and a bit of a distance away at this point, so I'd say you don't particularly hear anything.
Yeah. I will continue to do this though.
Okay. So you
'Cause
are going to continue to do that. Kua-Toa number 3.
That statue and the knowledge of the fact that they can manipulate reality makes Shylvie very understandably nervous.
From the hole that you created in the side of the building, a black, inky substance begins to pour. That's all.
Guys, I think it's time to get low.
Next up, Kua-Toa number 2. Next up, the priest.
We should have gone. We should have gone to the southern part. I was right. I was right.
Next up, Siegfried. Y'all
today
getting
sucks.
I'm gonna grab the head
low? You
of
do so?
the Kua-Toa I killed,
Yes.
and I'm gonna throw it at where Shylvie shot the Eldritch Blast.
Okay. Just make it a quick attack roll for me.
Ruin their ceremony with a severed head.
Ooh, fantastic. Fantastic. You yeet that shit through the hole. Yeah, and it goes into the building.
Ed, roll luck.
Alright.
You know what? Good point. Nope. It's a 5.
Son of a fuck. Well, of course we have
next
no
up,
luck.
Kua-Toa guard number 1.
We're not fish people.
Bleeds out more. Zen, you're up.
You know what? I could be petty. I'm gonna pull out my bow,
Uh-huh.
and I'm also gonna fire.
You have to get, like, over here to fire, if that's okay.
I don't want to.
Okay.
What do you mean?
Can you hunters mark a building?
I believe it targets a creature, unfortunately.
It is
Yeah.
a creature. Can I see? And you said we could see through.
Well,
No, there's
what?
black
No,
stuff.
you can't.
Okay.
You cannot
well,
see
it
through.
doesn't. But what's it called? I can. I don't need to move closer. I can hit 150 feet away.
Yeah, sorry.
So I'm gonna
Um,
go dummy far, and
yeah.
then shoot my arrow. Yeah.
with disadvantage or
No, I could shoot 150 feet. Just
longbow?
off rip. Yeah, longbow.
Nice. Hell yeah.
So
So,
I'm gonna-
Zen rides down the path a ways and then fires upon the building.
I'm gonna
Just
try
roll
it
to
down. Yeah. Plus 6. Now this
That was a natural 20?
Are you king kid? It's always the useless shit.
I'm gonna roll to confirm. That's a natural 1 on my end.
Confirm what?
Nothing.
Well, do I have to roll?
Um,
I don't. Do I have to roll for damage? It's gonna have
yeah,
plus
yeah.
7
Roll. Go ahead.
to
Roll
it.
for damage.
Oh, well, it does 8 damage or whatever. It's
Yes,
8.
it does. The arrow shoots straight through the building.
All right, I'm out. Fuck this.
The black ink seems to stop pouring through for a moment. Siegfried can see this. Shylvie, before you run away, you were able to notice the black ink stopped pouring through the hole that you made after he shot that arrow.
I'm not done throwing Eldritch Blasts
Oh,
at
yeah?
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next up is Shylvie. Shylvie, Eldritch
Could I-
Blast.
If everybody else is just gonna roll away, can I just blanket roll for a series of them?
Sure, just roll 3 and we'll say that'll determine generally what happens. Siegfried, are you doing anything as either
I'll throw a
Anything?
javelin.
of note? All of you, as you continue to throw, you notice that the black, inky, serpents disappear from this area.
You hit once. Oh, actually, no. You'd hit 2 of them.
Yeah. That's a 12, an 8, and a
23.
a 12, an 8, and a 23.
12, an 8, and a 23.
Yeah.
Okay. You continue to blast holes into the. You continue to blast holes into the hut as you all are driving away on your horses. Siegfried, are you leaving as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Should have gone south.
As you all begin to leave, like I said, you noticed the whatchamacallums disappeared. The key serpents
Did my
over here.
salamander finish eating that Kua-Toa?
Not completely.
I'm gonna take the rest of the body.
You take the rest of the body, strap it to the back of the horse, and slap the salamander in it. Okay.
And we still have no proper confirmation that he's okay.
No,
He
he's
could
not
actually
okay.
be-
He's obviously not okay.
You guys did not enter this building, or this building. As
He's
a
not
as a
okay.
note.
Could go
Nope.
right now.
We don't know where they are in there, and I'm gone. This shit.
Coward.
Are you
I'm not a
sure?
coward. I'm
What?
just
Who is
angry.
talking?
Yeah, you run away like every
I
time.
hate to say it, and I don't want to take sides, but come on.
I'm more of the goddamn tank than you are. I just keep getting
It's
cut.
all good. It's all good.
He actually never officially ran away because of fear. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not running
Okay,
because of
all
fear.
right.
I'm running because I'm.
Anyways, I apologize for that scenario. Okay. Are you all continuing to leave the area and head back down the coast the way you came? If you continue, you will be riding into the night along the coastline.
It's fine.
That's not safe. We should probably set up camp somewhere.
Either way, we're on the coastline at night.
Shylvie, you actually would know this. Coastline's not so bad at night. The jungle is really bad at night. So staying by the coast may actually be a better decision.
Plus, we
Alright.
can see in the dark, so.
Yeah.
And we can cast a spell light on our horses if we really needed to.
Okay, so again, it has to be an object. Now, I don't want to
on
be
the
that.
Saddle. On
It
the
has to
saddle,
be an
whatever.
object, guys.
I could also
Do
activate
it on
my
your sword or something normal.
As much as I love that, if your horse had like armor, I guess well, no, it has to be what, a 5-foot cube or whatever.
It could be on the
Okay,
saddle.
then cast it on the saddle.
It
Yeah,
has to be I think it's the less than 10 feet cubic.
casting it on the saddle creates a fantastic, scary shadow effect as you ride into the night. Will you all be setting up camp for the night before returning all the way?
I
Mm-hmm.
mean, don't we have to because of how far it is?
Yes. Otherwise, you would be risking exhaustion for yourselves and your horses.
All right.
So sure, I'll give the horses each one good berry, and I'll eat the rest of them.
Oh, they're set. You're set. Yeah. So you all set up camp for the night. Camping along the coastline. Upon Shylvie's suggestion, avoiding the forest and finding a rocky outcropping by the sea to sort of set up camp for the night.
Before I go to sleep, I'm gonna cast good berry 2 more times.
You do so and chow down. You
Oh
feel
no, I'm just storing them.
you feel extremely full. Champ, I believe casting Goodberry again gets rid of the existing Goodberries, doesn't it?
I don't remember ever seeing that. Let's look it up.
Berries lose their
Holy
potency if they have not been consumed within 24 hours of casting the spell. So yeah, you can store a whole bunch,
Yeah,
but they only
yeah.
last 24 hours. But you can have like a
Whatever.
bunch.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to sleep.
Hell
so...
yeah. So that'll be 12 hours, so you'll have them for the whole next day. Yeah, so you just have a shit ton of good berries. Wow, that for a first level spell, I just realized how good Goodberry is for downtime, you know?
Yeah.
It's pretty sweet. Okay. You
Also-
all set up camp.
Holy moly, Kua-Toa archpriests are crazy strong.
What, did you just look up the stats?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
That was a scenario encounter. That was not a battle encounter, just as a side note. But,
Yep.
you know, you guys learned a little bit about the scenario, from what I
Yeah.
understand.
If you roll shit, you lose.
In battle, that is true, my dear player. As you all set up camp for the
Yep.
night, that's nice. You all gaze out over the ocean as the weariness of the day begins to take you, and Zen, as your fury at the archpriest of the Kua-Toa begins to take hold, and you begin to rage sleep. You all notice faint little lights hovering in the ocean. Little ones, tiny ones, less than a foot in diameter, floating like stars in the sky. It's almost like a reflection of the sky above. It's a clear night, not quite a full moon. Probably gonna be one tomorrow. Tough to tell, but one of them eventually floats into shore. It's a little jellyfish. Crashes against the rock and dies, that one, but the rest continue.
Zen
float.
smiles.
The rest
Like a
just
dark.
keep floating. It's a jellyfish.
Okay.
Who knows? Maybe it's a metaphor. But yeah. It's the starlit sky above and the jellyfish lit sea below. You all fade off to sleep for the night. And that's where we will end tonight's session, I think. Unless any of you have any formal complaints that you would like to file while we're on air.
Oh. Did Jormungandr grow any?
As you sit down to rest, you notice the bones behind you. It's missing some bones, and your lizard is now the size of a chihuahua.
Cool.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're gonna end here before we get to town, I guess that's it. I wanted to tell what's his face that his friend is definitely dead.
Shylvie, make a history check for me.
History check. Gotcha.
Also, did you ever share the details of the ritual room that you saw?
I shared it on the way back.
Okay. Guys, she tells you that one of the Kua-Toa was setting up a room full of bones around an altar.
There's a reason why I was shooting
serpent.
those eldritch blasts, and it was because I did not want whatever was happening in that room to go through.
Yeah.
And she's pretty frustrated that they left, but understands because she didn't really communicate it well.
Yeah, and that's okay. Well, yeah.
Tomorrow morning we can go back to it if we need to.
Yeah.
But I really don't think that it's a safe idea to just let him be there.
Indeed. What did you get for your history check again?
Just double checking the mod real quick. History. All right, it's a +4. So then 1d20 plus 6.
Wow.
You don't remember yesterday.
Kua-Toa have a significant tendency towards fanaticism. This much is obvious, and has definitely been proven today.
Yep.
You noticed the ritual, and you have a strong suspicion that those were Triton skulls that you had noticed in the head of the bone serpent that was being
I do
displayed.
know about the whole I do know about the whole situation. So I do know about the whole situation at the bottom of the sea with like the sea serpent and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I was
yes,
told that
correct.
earlier on. So, you know,
One could
from
extrapolate
what
some
I'm
things.
thinking it may have actually been sent to stop these guys because peaceful negotiations are not what they may be looking for anymore.
Curious.
I mean, their
Oh wait,
first
were you just
instinct was-
in reference to the shadowy man folk that
No, in
attacked
reference to those Kua-Toa.
them? Oh, okay.
I don't think that was ever an option because their first instinct was to try to lead us somewhere else while they are doing their ceremony with the dead skulls of what was most likely the inhabitants of the town.
Mm-hmm.
So it was either we were gonna leave or we were gonna have to fight them to the death. And if we would have got the scepter, we may have been able to turn it around, but
Correct. I think that we may have to take another crack at this.
Perhaps you will have your chance tomorrow or another day.
All right.
I'm gonna roll a d20, everybody. Remind me, did you level up last session or the session before?
Session
Before.
Natural 20. You're all level 4.
Well, damn.
Oh, hey. That means that I get take a feat to make my shapeshifting even more ridiculously overpowered.
Nice.
Actor.
Very, very nice.
Oh,
So now I
because
have
you're-
advantage on checks to disguise myself.
And you've seen several of the Kua-Toa.
Yep.
They are humanoids.
Oh boy. And to
Now
pass
it wouldn't have
myself
hit
off as
me.
other
So
people.
that's great.
Like no matter
My
what.
AC's higher now. I feel safer.
Oh boy.
I'm sick of being one shot.
And also this makes my taking this feat, it also gives me a +1 to charisma, which officially puts me into +5.
Hey, nice.
I have 20
Yeah,
charisma
same.
now, boys.
Big power
I have 20
boosts.
decks. I have
All
20
right,
decks.
y'all are gonna do all the level up shit on your own, and if we need Tyler, we can get Tyler to help with that. But yeah,
Yep.
I'm gonna say, mixed with what Zen was able to do before you guys left with that one arrow, as well as the natural 20 on the luck die I did out of the scenario that you just experienced, I am confident to say that level 4 is an appropriate point now for you all. So, everybody do your level up stuff, and I will see you next week.
All right.
Have a beautiful night, everybody.
Yep.
You too.
Good night.